Hello, and welcome to this new campaign, The Last Resort of Murkendraw Bog. This is a campaign set within a gorgeous bog within the Feywild, starting aboard a luxury barge. A group of fantastic characters are all brought together to help the owners, who may or may not be hags, with some problems affecting their new and very desired resort. Will they find the source of these health and safety hazards? Stay around and find out. For those of you who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. The 5 players each have their own unique character with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do, what abilities they have, and what dice to roll. They will mostly be rolling a 20-sided die to see if they succeed in what they're trying to do. The higher the roll, the more likely the outcome will be in the roller's favour. 20 is good, 1 is bad, but I like the chaos that occurs with natural ones, so I like my players to roll them. And whilst they play their characters, everything else is played by me. Barges, enthusiastic cabin crew, swampy bog creatures, 80s-themed business owners who may or may not be hags. Between me describing the world and story, the players describing what they want to do, and some dice rolls to keep things interesting, we will tell our tale. I am Liz, I use they, them pronouns, and I will be DMing today for a lovely cast of players. Let's meet them now.
Hi, I'm Nat, I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Valka Heartsong, who also uses she, her pronouns. Valka is everyone's favourite granny barbarian. She protect, she attack, she always brings the snacks as well. She is an ancestral guardians barbarian. She's been on a little bit of a journey since we last saw her in Secrets of Elturel Buried, and I'm looking forward to uncovering exactly what happened during this.
Hello everyone, my name is Ali and I use he, him pronouns. Today I will be playing Teseli, your favorite blue skin tiefling, and he also uses he, him pronouns. Teseli is your glamorous, very charismatic glamour bard, but he is also a very intelligent artificer of the battlesmith, yeah? If I got it right, yeah, battlesmith kind. And he is always followed by Swifty, who is his steel defender.
Hi everyone, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Demi. Demi is a wizard/cleric, originally a tiefling, but recently resurrected by a hag as a hexblood. Demi is trying to figure out their place in the world, and they have some strange new powers, so they're also trying to figure out how those work.
Hi, I'm Sean. I use the pronouns he, him, and in this campaign I will be playing Joe Quixotic, who also uses he, him. Joe is a Dwergar sorcerer from the Shadowfell, a Netherese mercenary who has come to the Murkendraw Bog for a bit of a getaway, a little bit of a holiday. So look out for the tropical shirts, but also the black t-shirts and the bands on those. Joe is a shadow sorcerer, so look out for all of the creepy stuff that you've gotten used to seeing me do in some of the campaigns that I run. That's everything I'm telling you for now.
Hello, I am Rebecca. I am playing Veracity. We both use her pronouns. Veracity is a very small, obnoxiously cute gnome child. She is a wildfire druid who really just wants everyone to have a really nice time and get along, and if you aren't nice, she will set you on fire.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by UltraPro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of UltraPro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We are also supported by Warriors of Waterdeep. Take your team of warriors on a quest spanning the Forgotten Realms, all on your mobile. Power up your teams with items, work with your guild to defeat hordes of enemies, and test your mettle in the arena. And to make all of that work, you need gems! As we frequently say, the hunt for gems is real. Pop !WOW gems into chat for a link to collect free gems and get yourself that nice sword you've been looking at, or revive your heroes against a deadly foe. Download link !Warriors of Waterdeep in chat.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We run shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Europe, and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we run TTRPG streams for 3 hours. And on Fridays, we run our talk show, Talk Together, for 1 hour. Our TTRPG streams can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering, but acknowledge that it does happen, and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. If we miss an instance of misgendering, we are open to being corrected, so please do let us know if you think that one has been missed. We use the TTRPG Safety Toolkit and encourage safe play in your TTRPGs. You may see us use pause cards, but as we edit our streams, most of our safety tools are invisible. You can find out more, including the link to the toolkit at !safety in chat, where there's also a link for content warnings. And now, let's get into that intro and get started with the show. Welcome back. This is the finale of Last Resort at Murkendraw Bog. What happened last time? We're going to have a round up even. So we started with combat. Again, a bit of a theme, apparently. Between yourselves and the Expeditious Retreat robot employees. The old man who you discovered within the bowels of the resort seemed quite attached to Swifty. And utilised his floor spinning mechanism to flip underneath the ground. He apparently had magnetic shoes as well. Demi was having none of it. I've written lol next to that. It was funny.
Animate objects, my new favourite spell.
It was amazing. Cast animate objects causing a multitude of hats. The snail tank was utilised. Even the floor panels came to life. And this allowed for Valka and Demi to go downstairs. You were fighting an employee with bright hair, but this orange hair kind of smeared down like ink on her face. There was another employee's head that constantly span round, didn't seem attached at all. Another was a furball whose arms were way too long. And the last one was named Celeste, but upon after episode and having a little think, I was like, it's not Celeste. It's not Celeste. Cecilia, yeah. So many NPCs would seize at the beginning of their names. It's all fine. We know who we were fighting. They had a beret and orange hair. We know who that was. That was Cecilia. So Demi and Valka, the dream team, went beneath the floor panels, followed by the furbolgs whose arms was too long. The rest of you faced off against the broken robots upstairs. They kept telling you to relax. I don't think Veracity was too keen on that. No. The crystal organ began to billow with pink and purple smoke, which the old man soon realised. He shut down the robots with a little button and ran to the organ console asking what you had done. Turned out, after a brief persuasive discussion, that he didn't actually know what his real name was, but the hags, the owners, called him Mr. Crasher. They had apparently tricked him into a contract forcing him to stay and maintain the resort. After various escape attempts, apparently he had been left unable to leave the workshop in which he was situated. He fainted every time he tried, and a little bit of his memory left him every single time. He asked you to try and free him by destroying the contract or persuading the hags. In addition, his last resort, this mechanism, had been activated, possibly by Veracity, when Veracity decided to possibly play the organ, and the last resort would bring about the complete destruction of the entire resort. He was planning on activating it once his sabotage attempts had been successful and the resort had been shut down. However, it's happening right now. You formulated a plan, knowing that there was a failsafe, a button, to be pressed underneath the hag's bed in the original Baba Yaga's hut, which is on top of the penthouse. The resort was chaos when you got out. The hags from the college were helping the visitors to safety. I have a note that reads, Mrs. Chigglesby's boot. I think you talked about it. Eventually you got to the penthouse. Celine was in a jacuzzi. Barbara was on her communication crystal. Demi and Valka, you dimension doored to the tiny bedroom hut upstairs. Valka, you arrived halfway through a desk. And as such, with the dimension door spell, you took a little touch of damage there, but you then proceeded to lift the bed to reveal a panel underneath. And we'll get to what happens with that in a moment. To Sally, Joe, and Veracity, you spoke to Barbara, who sent Celine to go get some contracts to sign. That happened to be in the bedroom where Valka and Demi were. Yep. You found that the hags were in a contract of their own with the Fey Monarchs. They had asked for power and wealth and were given it. But they have this only as long as they made people happy instead of miserable. Demi began unscrewing the screws to the panel under the bed with animate objects. Yep.
Technically, they unscrewed themselves.
Yeah. Wall of Force was then cast as Celine approached, and Celine walked straight into it.
Technically, the other way around. The Wall of Force isn't there anymore because I'm concentrating on animate objects.
Got you. Well, she thought that she'd cast that spell, and she asked Valka to sing her a song so she could stop concentrating on the spell that she didn't cast. That was my favourite moment. What happened after that? Yes, then the jacuzzi started to animate. It joined with a coffee machine and 2 floor waxes. There was a Transformers moment, and the people downstairs currently are just Joe and Veracity because Sally went upstairs to check on the situation.
Why were they keeping floor waxes in their penthouse suite? 2 of them.
We don't ask these questions. The hags have their own agendas. I don't wish to pry.
Was it little Roombas rather than floor waxes?
They are Roombas, but they seem to be emitting like a grease from them as they go across the floor.
Who doesn't want a nice greasy floor in their bedroom?
Like when kids
waxed, not greased. They've got to make sure it's really polished and shiny so they can click, 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 click all over the floor.
The heels, yeah. Or if it is grease, like at weddings when little boys or girls kind of do that knee slide across the floor. Yeah, maybe they just do that all the time for funs.
In their mini skirts.
Yeah, I think that's why girls don't tend to slide across the floor at weddings unless they're wearing trousers.
I did a lot as a child. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Liz no longer has knees. That's what
my knees are I've got them taped up at the moment, actually, but that's a different story altogether. The button has just been pushed. I believe we ended with Demi pushing the button.
No, I haven't pushed it. The last thing I did was unscrew the screws. The panel is still on, technically.
Okay.
You are so honest. I would be so tempted to be like, "Yep, we pressed it. We did that. That was
good.
fine.
It's all fine here."
It's going to be really hard to stop us from pressing the button at this point, I think.
Big red button.
I'm holding the bed against the door still.
Yes.
I think.
Celine has gone downstairs because Barbara was like, Celine, come outside because, my God, it's all gone wrong. Yes, and Demi and Valka are in the bedroom. Sally is halfway up the stairs. I'm going to say Celine has made her way down, seen the situation, ran straight for Barbara, begun to cast fly on herself. And as she does, Barbara's like, Celine, can you grab some brandy on the way? And Celine kind of goes past the cocktail cabinet, this big globe, opens it up, grabs the brandy, just a bowl, and heads out the window to join Barbara. I'm going to say I'm going to need initiative rolls from everybody.
Here we go.
Oh, you know what would be really helpful if I got my dice out?
Oh, Nat.
That would be useful. Well, I can do it. Fortunately, I can still roll my dice on D&D Beyond.
Oh, you can, yes. With D&D Beyond, you can roll your dice, be it a D20 or any of the others of the poly set. Is anyone rolling real dice? Veracity, can you tell me what you got?
15.
15. And you know what? Everyone else tell us what you got as well, just so we can get an idea of where you are.
21.
Also 21.
Demi, could you say yours again?
17.
17.
My beautiful rainbow dice in honor of Pride.
Hooray!
Amazing.
I see that D&D Beyond have also brought out for subscribers a pretty bride set, which is nice. Cool. All right. So it's sorted out who's first between Tassali and Valka for me. Tassali is before Valka. But first in initiative is the now dubbed Cough Kuziaks, coffee machine, jacuzzi, wax.
No.
Yes, it is huge now in the center of the penthouse, which itself is pretty big. You've got space to move around. There's no problem there. Be careful of the windows and potential holes in the floor from the platforms that rise up. Just to paint the picture as well, the hotel is in motion. It has been awoken. It is moving. The ground does shift beneath you. So be careful. It is its go. Let me just see what's going on with the Kofkusiats. Let me see if anything is.
Does anyone else have this horrible feeling that as soon as we press the button, the whole thing's just going to, like, collapse? No?
It's gonna be fine.
Just
Says the divination wizard. Cool. All right. So it knows that there are two things downstairs. We've got Veracity. We have got Joe. Just a reminder of what it looks like. It's a jacuzzi. It's got a coffee maker on its head with beans, and it seems to be looking around with the beans. And it's got these little feet that kind of cause motion to happen. The jacuzzi, the water within, seems to be, I'm going to say, enchanted in a way. It doesn't seem to move, even though it's upright. It stays where it is. Arms have also formed from this water as well. And that is what's going to be happening on its go. It's going to use its water arm flail. I'm going to roll a d20 just to see who we pick. It's going to be going for Joe. Joe, what's your reaction, by the way, to all this occurring? What's going on with you?
I mean, Joe's a mercenary. Joe's seen quite a lot. Joe has never seen anything like this. So for once in his life, it's just like, okay, ready, okay. Yeah, just dumbfounded.
Amazing. As that is happening, as you're kind of shocked and surprised at this occurs, one of the watery, flaily arms kind of bats out towards you. Now, you are quite away from this at the moment. You're about 15 foot, but it is still able to reach you at this distance. To hit, that is 27.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe, you're going to take some bludgeoning, followed by some boiling damage. It's technically fire for mechanics reasons. The bludgeoning is 24 points.
Okay.
And the boiling fire damage is 20.
Okay.
Veracity, how far away are you from Joe?
I was pretty close, I think, because we were all standing being convincing together.
Yeah.
I think we were sat on the
You're on the sofa,
when we
yeah.
chaise along.
Yeah, we were.
You sort of sat there and you kind of look behind your shoulder to see all this occurring. I will say you're stood up. You don't need to use any movement to stand up. But because you're quite close to Joe, could you make a dexterity saving throw for me? There is some splashback coming your way.
Incredible. 12.
12, that does not quite beat the DC. You take 28 points of boiling damage on the splashback.
Do I have resistance? I don't have
Do you have any
it's
fire
fire.
resistance?
It's fire. I believe you have some fire resistance, don't you?
I am looking.
Looking at your stats.
Doobie-doo.
Or is it you impose...
I can ignore resistance to fire damage.
That's the one.
I don't think I have resistance. I think I used to when I had a nice shiny cloak, but I got rid of it for other things. Did you say 28?
28, yes.
Oh, no.
I will remind you that you do all have potions if you wish to use them. Oh, one thing we forgot from the summary. Demi, I just want to talk about your chaos just before we snap back to combat. Demi, you currently look like Celine, I believe.
Yes, Cecilia.
Cecilia, I thought you tried to look like Celine the...
No,
Emma.
I was trying to look like Celeste, but Celeste is Celine. So it's actually... No, it's Cecilia. It's Cecilia.
I thought you were looking like the hag, so that you had the authority to take us through places.
No, it was meant to be Cecilia because Cecilia also is like...
Got you.
employee. I can
you are
look like
currently...
whoever you want. Whoever your
don't
headcanon is, it's fine.
Incredible.
Cecilia is fine. You currently look like somebody else, being my point. You have also taken one of the potions, so you have 3 points of exhaustion at the moment.
I do.
Yes, just throwing that one out there so that we're all aware.
I shall not be moving anywhere that isn't magically teleporting.
But Veracity, that has just happened. That does end the Kofkusiats' go. To Selly, now you're in the best position here. You can see what's going on downstairs, but you can also see into the bedroom upstairs. To remind you, you're on a spiral staircase. There is a rail that reaches hip height, but that allows you to see down, and you can also see up as well. It's your go. What would you like to do? I'm going to tell you that Valka and Demi probably don't know what's happening right now.
The bed blocking the door so you can't see into the room.
Okay. Hey people, we have a situation here. We might need your help. Yeah, we need the muscles. Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Then,
You've got me confused with someone.
Teseli is going to, first of all, mantle of inspiration. So let's get people out of the reach of the thing. So mantle of inspiration to Swifty, Veracity, Geo. Is Shadow out?
No.
Not yet. So that's myself and Valka.
Amazing, thank you.
So you all
Cast
may
it on
move.
me if you can't see me.
What does
That's
the-
interesting.
What does it say?
I think it's something that I have to see.
I mean, I'd love you to be able to.
I think you
but
could see Valka's feet. I will give you that. You know, you studied Valka's shoes, Teseli, as a connoisseur of shoes. You would certainly see the points of those shoes.
Oh, I know those
Very cool.
boots.
Right? But you wouldn't be able to
Okay.
see Demi.
Yeah, that's fine. So whoever wants to move, very please.
Veracity or Joe, do you wish to use your reaction to move?
Is the what's it called again?
Kofkuziax.
Kofkuziax. Is it doing melee or range damage?
It's doing melee damage. It has a reach of 15 foot, which it's able to just get to you with.
Then yes, I'd like to scooch back 10 feet.
Yep, you've got about 30 foot to scooch back if you wish.
I
You
will
can
scooch back
get
20
good range.
feet. Thank you.
Joe?
Yeah, I will go 30 foot. I'm not going backwards because I don't want to be standing next to each other in case we take another of those. So I will kind of go.
Yeah.
and
Yes,
30
that's a point. Veracity will diagonal from Joe.
Nice.
Because she really likes him, but she doesn't want more of the splashback.
No, you're able to do that. There's a coffee table in your way, which you've both kind of like awkwardly maneuver around and then do your movement.
Can I stand on it?
You can, but you would still be sort of within 5 foot of the reach of
let's
the
not do
creature.
that then.
Yeah, we can stand on it on your way.
I feel very tall for a second.
Yes, way taller than Joe. You're able to move where you want. You do get 8 temp HP as well. Those of you with Mantle of Inspiration. Anything else on your go to Sally? That was
Yes.
your bonus action.
That was my bonus action. So Teseli is gonna adjust the white gloves, and it's going to make some conjurations, and a magic circle appears around this creature, and I'm going to use my item to cast Insect Plague, but it's reflavored. So like lots of rose thorns appear around this creature.
Cool. Nice.
So it is a, where is it? I think it's 20 feet radius.
Yes, that would be able to encapsulate the creature.
So I want this in the middle of the creature, and it's difficult terrain. So I hope it's gonna take some time to get out of it. And please make me a, oh my goodness. Where are you? I think it's a constitution, but let me just check.
While you're checking, Nat, did you have a question?
Yeah, I was going to say, in terms of being able to use movement as part of Mantle of Inspiration, would I be able to move the bed and move, or do I?
You can drop as a free, so I would say
Yes. But it's a very small space, and I'm concerned. Well, it's not going to drop on Demi because I moved the bed. Like, I'd pushed it up and then moved it around to cover the door, right?
Yeah.
But is the space small enough that if I dropped it, it would just drop on Demi?
It would not drop on Demi. You'd be able to lean it against the wall, and Demi is kind of away from that. So
alright.
you'd certainly create a bit of carnage up there. You know, there's rabbit's feet going everywhere and herbs, etc. The cauldron maybe spills over, but you'd be able to do that.
I'm sure none of those magical things getting thrown about would be problematic in any way, shape, or form. Hope you got this. Let me know if you need me back, Demi. Bye.
Demi's like Doctor Stranging in the middle of the room with just screws flying everywhere. Great.
I'll say with your movement, Falca, you would be able to reach the bottom of the stairs at the base, which would put you about 20 foot away from the creature.
Is the space to have like just jumped over the railing?
You could certainly jump if you wish, but you can tell me from what height. Do you want to do it from a safe height, or?
Maybe if I go like, well, it's hard to tell. It's a spiral staircase, right?
Yeah.
I'd want to be jumping off it in the direction, but who has the geometry of that?
Pythagoras.
I'll jump from a safe height.
I will say yes, you'd be able to do that. Just make a dex save for me, just to see how well you land.
Sure.
Sally will come back to the saving throw in a sec.
Oh, that's not good. That was only a 5.
Oh, Valka, you tell me how you land with that 5. What's Valka look like?
She's She's tried to be sprier and forgotten that she's not. And has got like one of the spikes on her boot has got caught on the railing as she's gone over, so she's kind of humbled and like stood back up again.
It caught on the side and you've sort of like flipped over, face planted the side of the thing and then fallen onto your back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
very
happened.
delicate, very ladylike. Yeah, always.
Joe, having been like burnt by this, Veracity being burnt for this, you're presented with just a small moment of comedy in this little second. To
Looks like
Sally,
one of those Jacob's ladders. Just
Someone call for help.
she knows how to make an entrance. To Sally, what's the saving throw?
Constitution 17, please.
Okay, cool. It's been rolled. It got a 13. I'm going to roll a dice to see how clever this jacuzzi is. It's going to use its legendary resistance against whatever this is. So what happens?
It's gonna just take half the damage. So
Okay.
it takes 16 points of piercing damage, please.
There's some damage. Yes. That's from your rose thorns, right? Okay, cool. Now, this jacuzzi is not made of rubber or anything like that. It's not inflated, but it kind of pierces holes into the copper of it. I'm going to say for flavour, it's not an actuality, but little jets of water do start to sort of spray out from the little pierce marks.
Okay.
Sally, anything else?
Yes, I want to move. Well, I want to move between. No. Opposite direction to Gio. So it could be Gio, the creature, and myself.
You'd be able to do that, yes. You have just, I'll say you kind of maneuver around a kind of prone Valka, who's just standing up.
Grabbing my whole dress.
Yes.
Okay, and that's me. And then
What's Swifty up
Swifty is
to?
just gonna move in front of Joe, and he's gonna dodge. That's it.
Got you, okay. So Joe, is 50 still looking like the egg to Sally?
At this point, yes.
Yes. Joe, Swifty the egg, 3 foot high, stands before you. In a protective way, I guess. Amazing. That ends Swifty's turn? Okay, right. Valka. The above has just happened. You've been very graceful. You've had a little moment. What would you like to do? You're about 20 foot away from the creature.
Great. Just standing up, just being like, what on earth? Where did that come from? Never mind. Rages.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to run over and smack it.
Nice. Okay.
I'm hoping that we're just killing time until Demi pushes the button that's going to save us all. But we'll see.
When did Demi end up in initiative? Not too far away. We're okay.
Of course, you do as you please, but remember that there is this circle of thorns, so you might take some damage.
Okay. I mean,
piercing, right?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't think I've seen. I can see the thorns, can't I? I don't think I've seen how much of an effect. She's going to go in and try and be careful about it, but well, I say that she's also attacking recklessly, so she's not.
Oh, she's feeling reckless. She's going into the thorns, feeling reckless. Cool. Yes, Valka, you would. Does it incur a saving throw to Sally?
Yeah. So the same. Constitution 17.
Could you make a con 17 save?
No, don't do that one. Do this one. That is exactly 17.
Meets beats. So half damage.
Half damage.
What's the damage? It was 32. Do you want to use the existing damage, or do you want to roll again to Sally?
Roll again because that was a high one. 19.
Sure, okay.
So that would be
9, but you're raging, so that's halved again to 5.
Yes.
Right, fine. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Ow! Right.
Sorry.
It's all right. My first attack was an 18 to hit.
18 just hits the copper piece axe.
Okay, and the second one. Oh, I've not got hex on it yet, but that was a 19 on the dice. That's a 27.
Certainly hits.
Great. Okay, so that's going to be when raging. 2d8 plus 14.
Nice.
So that's 7 and 8. Oh, nice. So that's 15 plus 14. So that's a 29.
29, nice. Valka making up for the slight error with the dismount.
Nobody saw that.
Perhaps putting a lot of energy into that as the axe kind of dents into it twice. You do feel that dent happening as well. Again, some more water kind of sprays from the area where you've made the biggest dent. You're dodging those arms that are flailing around. Anything else on your go that you'd like to do?
That's attack and bonus action.
Amazing. Okay. I'm just going to cut outside to Barbara and Celine. It appears that some of the round, what are they called? I want to say panels. Platforms, thank you. That raise up, the one that flew away from you. It's back and it's emitting lightning energy. It's going to start lightning at the two hags. That's one hit for Barbara, one hit for Celine. They both take 24 points of lightning damage. I'm going to make a dexterity saving throw for Celine and that brandy bottle. 1 second. It slips from her grip only to be grabbed by Barbara. We know where their priorities are. That's that. Demi, over to you. You're upstairs. You're having a great time. You've removed a panel from the floor.
Well, technically I've got 10 things animated, and I only described 8, which was the screw. So can I also animate the panel?
Yeah.
And 1 random contract.
Sure. Do you want to roll a d10?
Sure. 1.
Okay, cool. Yes, you're able to find a contract. You really don't have time to read it, although it seems to pertain to a small satyr by the name of Barry. You're not quite sure what it pertains to exactly, but that's the name on the scroll.
Okay. Destroy Barry's contract. So I've got the panel. So the panel, technically, if I'd animated it, could have lifted up last turn to reveal the button.
Sure. The button's revealed. I'll give you that. That's fine.
Can I stomp on it as I'm running, please?
Ooh, stomping on the button. Okay, cool. Yes, of course you can. You can do that as a free action. You don't have to use an action
I will
to do that.
press the button. Does anything obviously happen?
Now, we are in combat, so each round is 6 seconds. The button is pressed by said boot. In that minute, the hotel does seem to stop moving. The motion is certainly stopped. Perhaps a good thing as well. Those of you who are near a window that can see outside, you can see that fiery kind of bolts and lasers seem to be emitting from the revolving restaurant and are kind of down on the resort itself and are kind of tearing a big sort of rip in the floor. So as that button's pressed, those lasers seem to come off. The jacuzzi downstairs is still in motion. We are in power down mode. Who knows how long that's going to last, but Demi, something good has happened.
All right. Can I just move out of the door so I can see off the staircase?
You'd be able to kind of peer around it, yes.
And can I send my animated 10 things?
Yes. Including the scroll.
Including the scroll?
Yes,
at the jacuzzi?
Of course you can, yes. They kind of brrr down the stairs.
This is my bonus action. Can they get there? It's that they've got 30 feet flying, but they could also drop and then...
They could certainly drop then fly, yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Like in World War Z, when the zombies are kind of all spilling out of the building, like with kind of like a puppet falling effect. That's the effect that's happening right now out of the bedroom.
I haven't watched it, but they've got +8 to hit, and they are just thinking about rolling on Beyond. Oh, that was shoddy. Oh no, that's all right. That's okay. 22, 25, yes. 25.
Yes.
24.
Yes.
One of them was a natural 1.
Nope.
So I'm just rolling in groups of 5 so I can actually see what's happening.
Yeah, it doesn't always show you like the individual d20s, does it? It adds it up for you.
Okay. 21.
Yep.
Another. Oh, that's a natural. No, that was a natural 1. It just behaved like it was a natural 20. Oh god, and a 19 and 18 on the dice, so that's another 3 that hit. So
yes, so in total that's 7 that hit.
7. And they're tiny, so it's going to be d4s.
Adorable. You tell me.
They're just
how much damage that is and what it looks like.
They're just like ripping in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's 7 times 4? That is 28.
Yeah. Yep.
It's just thinking about it. 40 points of damage from all the tiny objects.
Cool. And what type of damage is that?
It's a good question.
Paper slapping damage.
What do they do? It doesn't say.
That's fine. We'll go with force damage for the heck of it. Why not? I'm going to say those natural ones though, they get lost within the swirling whirlpool of its stomach. So maybe those little bolts
Are they
kind
still
of get...
animated? They've got hit points.
They're still animated. They are within a boiling hot whirlpool, however. So we'll be taking some fire damage.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Right, that's my bonus action.
Cool.
With my action, I'm going to cast Banishment.
Cool.
And it rolls a 6 on its save.
Okay. It will legendary resist that 6.
That's it, I'm done.
Amazing.
I can teleport 15 feet after casting a spell.
Do you want to go downstairs?
Not really, no, I'll just stay where I am.
Okay, Demi just sort of peeking over the top of the stairs. Amazing. Okay, we move over to Veracity. You've just been boiled by this thing. It still seems very active despite Demi coming downstairs. What's the plan? What are we doing?
You said it's made of copper.
The jacuzzi element, yes.
I would like to cast heat metal, please.
Okay.
And I ignore resistance to fire damage.
That's awesome. I'm going to say because it's a construct, it's not considered a metal object.
What?
So I don't know if that impacts your...
But it's a jacuzzi.
A construct is a creature. It's currently a creature.
Let's have a look.
Did we not have this conversation last
We did, because
episode?
Ali tried to do it on the... What's it?
Cat librarian.
Yeah.
Well, it's manufactured metal object, and then any creature in physical contact with the object. So it depends how you rule that, I guess.
It's a tough one. For the purpose of this, it is considered a creature, so I would say currently no.
It's not a creature encased in metal that it is in contact with.
It is a creature, just happened to be... Part of it is made of metal.
Well, that is infuriating.
I know.
In that
Stupid
case,
rules. Sorry.
Nope. Excuse me while I think very quickly. I've never been able to cast heat metal because we never fight anything wearing metal. Never
What about the
mind.
screws?
You could, you could heat the little... But that would probably hurt Demi's little buddies.
Yeah, and also it only ignores fire damage when I do the damage.
Technically, they're still creatures, so it also wouldn't work on them.
Yeah.
Let's ignore all of that and let's send 4 scorching rays
Cool.
at the
Kafkuziax.
Brilliant. Let's do
The
that.
idea is to actually pronounce what I'd written, if that helps. So I was like, how do I say that?
So that's 4 of them, and there's a plus 11 each, and I ignore resistance to fire damage, so I'm assuming the ones that hit do full damage?
Yes. Great.
Plus 11, that's a 29, a 19, an 18, and a 27.
All of which hit. Roll your damage.
Fantastic. So that is... I haven't cast this in a while. That is 8d6. And then because I have Sparky up, it does a bit more damage. Yep, 8d6 and then another d8. And I can re-roll the fire damage if I don't like it because I have that feat.
You do have a feat.
I will
Fire
do
in
the-
her eyes, I want to say. Is that what it's called?
That is, yes, that is what it is called. 8d6 is 32.
Cool.
Plus a d8. 5, so 37 points of damage.
37 points of damage. And are you happy with that roll?
32 out of 48, I feel is pretty good.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
And then I will, as a bonus action, instruct Sparky to throw a flame seed at it, unless there's anyone around who looks like they want teleporting, but I don't think there is.
I mean, Valka's getting pierced by some thorns, but she's also doing a good heck of damage. I think Valka, from the back, is what you see, but she's all right. Yeah.
Okay. So then Sparky goes straight after me and will hit. It's just a 1d6 plus 4 if he hits. That is 24.
To hit, yes, definitely.
Yep,
hits.
and then another 9 points of damage for Sparky.
Amazing.
Sorry
yes.
for not being able to read my spell properly.
Oh
there
no,
we
it's
go.
fine.
Wicked more spells. All good.
Those wording things where you're like, "This is amazing," and they're like, "Oh."
You said copper, and I sat there like, my turn is sorted.
Yeah.
This is going to be
if
awesome.
it was just the jacuzzi before it became a creature, you could certainly do that. It would probably work quite well for a jacuzzi. But
I will heat every jacuzzi I see in advance, just in case in the future.
Amazing. So yeah, Veracity, these 4 sort of streams of fire come from you. Sparky kind of moves through that fire as that happens and then does the sort of fire seed, flame seed implosion on the copper creature. Yes, it certainly takes that damage. Anything else on your go you'd like to do?
No.
You've moved a little
that's
further away,
fine.
haven't you? And you do have more movement if you wish to.
I think she will just, as a free action, call out of the window. You could help.
We're on it. We are being attacked. And I've nearly lost my brandy. This is not what's meant to be happening at all. Yes.
Brandy? You get brandy. Where's ours?
If you, Celine, go and get some drinks for the others. I'll handle this.
They're amazing.
Joe, over to you.
So the first thing I am going to do is unfortunately not summoning Shadow because I don't have enough sorcery points. So I'm going to have to swap a level 5 spell into sorcery points.
Could always just drink your potion.
You could always drink a potion. Just so
I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, so I now have one more. I now have 6 points. That's a bonus action, so I still can't call Shadow. But what I will do is I will cast at level 4. No. Sorry, level. I don't want to do it.
This is the fun thing about not having many spell slots left because you're like, which one do I use?
Yeah, I'm gonna do banishment level 4.
Cool.
Yes.
So what does the increase of level do to the spell?
It is level 4.
It is level 4. Yeah, I was
see.
wondering whether to upcast, but I'm staying. Sorry, braining. Banishment, and I'm also going to spend 3 sorcery points to heighten the spell, giving it disadvantage on the roll.
Amazing. What I will say is it does have advantage on saving throws against spells, magic effects, but that means that the roll is flat. So I'll do that now. Could you tell me what's the doodad? What's the
DC is 17.
What's the type of?
Oh, that is another thing. that you need to
Charisma.
know.
It's charisma.
Oh, it's so charismatic, guys. Saying that was a natural 20 minus 5.
Silvery barbs. Oh, -5.
-5, so it's still
15.
It still failed.
Has a 0 charisma.
It's a machine, guys.
Amazing.
It's going to use its resistance against that.
That's why I didn't upcast.
Good.
It begins to leave, it's imploding into a source unseen, but then it kind of snaps back again and begins to flail.
It's kind of like the shadows are starting to try and encapsulate it from the beneath, but it doesn't. Okay. I figured that would happen, but and I'm going to carry on getting 30 foot.
Mosey on backwards. Yes.
Nope.
You make your way kind of near Veracity with the windows behind you. This is a circle, so, at the end of your go, the creature will use its legendary action. It does only get 1 to use Unerring Slam against Valka, being the closest thing to it. Could you make a dexterity saving throw? You can see this with your eyes and you're raging.
Well, I say I can. It didn't go so well last time, but... Oh, that's much better. That's a 22.
22, you succeed. You take half of the damage, which is force damage 20. So you take, it would be 40 reduced by half to 20.
Cool.
And you're not pushed anywhere. It's weird. The whole thing slams down on you. It kind of twizzles and slams with the hard copper against you onto the floor, and then gets back up again and twizzles so that the jacuzzi element is facing you.
Imagining a womp.
Chumbawamba. I get knocked down. No, get up again.
I think that's,
weirdly,
that's
you
generally my theme in most games.
Yeah, it kind of flattens you, but you kind of go back up with it. You're not prone or anything. You just kind of stick to it as it kind of retracts back up. That ends its legendary action. We move over to the hags outside. Celine's on task. Celine is going to try and attack the platform that is attacking her. Let's see how well that goes. She's going to go in. Is she going to bother to use a spell? No. She is flustered. She is going to use her claws because that's the only thing she has to hand, literally. She doesn't hit. She's catting at the platform. Doesn't hit at all. Barbara is just going to make a narrative commentary on what's going on below. Celine, look. Oh, it's a shame. Oh, the Pickle Palace. It's gone, Celine. Celine, stop doing the thing with the platform. Look, the Pickle Palace is gone. Oh, there's Mrs. Chigglesby. Oh, she's only got one boot on. Oh. That is what Barbara's going to be doing with her action. We then move over to the Kofkuziaks. Is it going to move? I think it's going to move. Yes.
Opportunity attacks.
Oh shit! From
For all the screws. Is that right?
Let's see if it's feeling intelligent. You know, it is. In which case, let's see what else it will do instead. The heated coffee bean cannon is coming out, everybody.
Oh no.
It's going to target a point which you don't know, but each creature within 30 foot of that point. So I think everybody apart from Tesselli, who's on the other side. Are you on the other side, Tesselli? Yeah. And Demi, you're upstairs. Everyone within... It chooses a point within 20 foot. Every creature within 30 foot of that point, which does encompass everybody else. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Just bear with me while I make them for the screws.
Pets. And please can we have one for Swifty as well?
18.
How many screws are inside it, Liz? Two. The two that roll nat ones.
Correct.
Mine bounced off a nat 20 onto a 2. So
no.
5.
Oh. Yeah, mine was a 9.
We'll die together.
Mine was 17.
Liz, what's the DC?
The DC is 20.
2 pass, 2 fail. Sorry, so many screws.
No, it's all right.
Oh boy. 2 pass, the rest fail.
Okay.
Bad times for screws.
So there are boiling hot coffee beans out in this 30-foot kind of cone. The bludgeoning damage happens first, followed by the fire, the boiling hot damage on you. First part, the bludgeoning. For those who failed, so if you rolled under 20, you take 30 points of bludgeoning damage. If you succeeded, that's halved.
DC was 20 though, right?
Correct.
Two screws are floating. Still.
Okay. I think it went like floating in the water because they'd perished.
Yeah, there's two in the water and 2 not in the water.
Yeah, correct. So that bludgeoning damage happens. That is then followed by the fire damage, which is 30 points again, so reduced by half if you succeeded on the fail.
No screws remain.
No screws remain. Oh, screws. We will warn you.
I have a rules question.
Yes.
One of my shadow sorcery traits is, when I can find it, Strength of the Grave. When damage that isn't radiant or from a critical hit reduces you to 0 HP, you can make a charisma saving throw, the DC of which is 5 plus the damage taken. Now, is that DC going to be literally everything or just the damage that... it's still going to hurt.
The element of damage that made you unconscious. So I assume this second bout made you unconscious, not the first?
It did. To be fair, I've just worked out that actually that makes the DC 35 anyway.
I mean, you can still roll.
I'm going to try. But
Do it.
What is it? Charisma?
How many people are unconscious?
Not yet.
I'm up,
Just
but not
Joe.
very much.
Just Joe.
9, I'm down.
Okay.
Demi, you would see looking over the banister that Joe is down.
I'm going to use my reaction.
Caffeinated to death.
I'm going to use my reaction to Spirit Shield, Joe. I don't know if it will help at all. Well, no, that's cheating. It's cheating to ask. The Spirit Shield will help you with 6 points.
6
That will
points. Oh, damage reduced. No,
Yeah, no.
no, I went
tried.
under by 15.
Oh.
Joe's out. Valka's bad.
Very bad.
Tiseli and Demi are better.
Totally fine. Apart from that, I'm down the 9 hit points I had from my max HP.
Okay. How's Tiseli looking?
I haven't been touched.
How's Swifty doing? Did you roll for Swifty? Swifty's
Down, down, down.
And Swifty doesn't come back with healing, does he?
No, I need to use spells.
Cool.
Just a reminder, you do have potions that you could use with
Yes, they're evil.
Just throwing that out there.
But they're evil potions.
Oh, I could give Joe his potion.
You could. Anyway, that ends the creature's go. To Selly, we move over to you. Swifty has just crumpled to the floor
Oh my god! Oh my
after
god!
being
What's
hit
happening?
by burning coffee beans.
Teseli is a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
You got this. You got this.
Sorry, Ali. Really, really sorry. Does the Kofkusiats need to make a saving throw on its go because the thorns are there?
Yeah, at the end. Yes, Constitution.
At the end of its turn. Got you. I will do that now before your turn starts. Constitution saving throw of 15.
Fails.
Okay, tell us the damage.
Good. 23 piercing damage.
Amazing. Those thorny thorns. Over to you.
Teseli is gonna down the potion.
Amazing. Tiseli, not gonna lie, it tastes horrible. Demi had this experience upstairs. It's gritty. It feels like someone's put a hair in it. It's not nice. Yep. She's skipping. We're fine.
I would say you'll feel better once you've taken it, but it's not true.
You gain all the benefits of a long rest, but you also gain 3 points of exhaustion, which does mean a thing that I've completely forgotten.
Hard
It's on his-
speed.
Yes.
Disadvantage on various things.
Ability checks,
Disadvantage
attack.
on ability check, speed halved, disadvantage on attack rolls, and saving throws. What are you doing?
So I'm going to inhale all the fairy magic that is around the Teseli. And
There's a
I'm
lot.
gonna use Mantle of Majesty.
Amazing.
And as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Command on this thing. This feature needs concentration, so the thorns disappear.
Got you. Okay.
So yeah, could you please make me a Wisdom saving throw 17?
That's good. Oh, wrong one. I'm sorry, that was a natural 20 to Sally.
What if I used Silvery Barbs?
Ooh, sure. That was a 17.
Silvery barbs.
Oh,
And
this
we're gonna
game
play
again.
my-
How much we love this game. Anyone else with the silvery barbs that they
It
don't?
would, but
Our
I'm dying.
other silvery barbser is dead.
Oh shit, that's sad. 19 on the next one.
I will pass my advantage on to. Can I pass it to Joe? Who's in
Yeah,
no,
give
I'm going to go
advantage
before
on
him. I'm
the
going to
saves.
heal him. It's fine. I'll give it to Valka.
Got you. Got you.
I'm gonna pass mine to Veracity. So that failed, that's fine. As my action, I'm going to take some of my tools.
Mhm.
No. Wait a minute.
Was that 2 bonus actions? Because the potion's a bonus action as well, isn't it?
Oh, correct.
Shite. Then can I just change the action for the bonus action and just finish my turn? Or do you want me to redo that?
So sorry. The potion is a bonus action. The Mantle of Majesty, that was a bonus action, right? You have to take a bonus action to do a bonus action. So you can pick either Mantle of Majesty or the potion. Which one?
Okay.
You know that the Mantle of Majesty will have failed anyway, but so it is up to you.
So I'm gonna down the potion, and whatever happens with the Mantle of Majesty, let's save it for the other turn. I'm happy to keep
Got
the
you.
results.
Amazing.
Good. So I have my bonus action this turn, and as my action, I'm going to cast healing word at 5th level on.
Someone who's up, please.
Actually,
Healing word is also a bonus action.
Yes, it is.
You're plagued, Ali. You're plagued by bonus actions.
Charm monster.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Charisma save?
Wisdom 17, please.
Does that mean you're now going to be followed around by both a Hydra and a Jacuzzi?
Oh, Ali, it's a 19. Any more silvery barbs, folks? Any
Yes,
more
I will
coming round?
use my silvery barbs. I didn't use it the first time because we
That's
took
true.
it back. So,
That was 17. God damn it.
all right. Well,
today, Liz.
Nat, you have an advantage. So
Great.
Yes. And the... Oh, wait, is anything concentration? No. Okay, so the rose thorns are still up.
Yeah.
Okay. Taselli, anything else on your go that you would like to do? I promise I'll stop rolling high. I'll just...
I'm gonna fly up.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yes, you'd be
So
able
to
to
be
do
45, 50 feet away from this creature. It's not that high?
that. Yes, it is. It is that high. It's just in the center where the bedroom is. There's kind of walls in the very center that, yeah, you'd be able to fly up, no problem.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Amazing. Swifty can't take a turn because Swifty is down. Valka, we're over to you. The rose thorns are still up, which means that you'll have to roll at the end of your turn. What would you like to do?
Would the rose thorns also instigate attack of opportunity if I moved away? I know the creature would, but no. Okay. Yeah, I think she's just yelling at Debbie. Did you push the button? Why is it not stopped?
I did.
Things
Okay.
are slowing down. So those of you near the windows that aren't Joe, who can't see right now, the big things seem to be powering down before the little things. So gradually, yes, this will, unless you end it sooner.
Okay. I think we've hit panic mode. I think we need an SOS. And I'm gonna blow the horn of Valhalla again. I don't know how much space we have in here, but it's about to get a lot more
We
cramped.
certainly have enough space. Yes, of course you can.
Right, 3d4 plus 3. Let's go.
I'm so excited.
That's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 this time.
Oh my god.
Oh no, have I got more names? I'm going to come up with 2 extra names that are ABBA related.
Chiquitita.
Oh, no. Chiquitita. And Meryl.
Meryl. Oh, Meryl. Yes, nice.
All right. They all
Hey,
say,
Valka, what's up? And they kind of rush towards you.
we
whole
need you,
family.
Fernando.
I am coming.
Right.
But can he hear the drums?
Well, he can hear the horn. So. Okay. So, oh no. You know what I've not got, though? I've not got the stat block up.
Mamma mia.
Here we go again.
My, where is your stat block?
Dum, 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 dum.
What am I looking for? Berserker. We're going quick.
I'm happy to have passed the mantle of rolling thousands of dice over to Nat.
What are they doing? Okay, they've got a +5 to hit. Okay. So
they rage, don't they? So they all roll with advantage.
Oh my goodness.
Four dice.
Roll 20 d20.
oh my
You
god.
are the raging queen.
Okay. Number 1 fails.
Okay.
Number 2 fails. Come on, team. Number 3, no. Good lord. These
You're
are low
after an
rolls.
18. No, 18.
I know. And everything I've rolled has been under an 11
Sad.
so far. Did I just say 4 or 5?
You've done 3.
3 have failed.
Okay, 4 have failed. Oh my god. 5 have failed. Team!
Do you want
Your
Rebecca to roll
ancestors are letting you
some
down.
dice for you?
Your ancestors
know what a
are
jacuzzi
failing
is.
you.
They're just vibing. You know, they're just like, oh, party.
Oh, this is so nice. So just put your shoulders in and it feels so
Oh.
sweet, you know?
Finally, okay, that's one of them has a 23 to hit.
Yes.
So that was number 6. 7.
6.
So that was
Six.
Chikitika, wasn't it?
So 1 out of numbers. Number 6 is good. No, 7 fails.
That really complicated bingo. This
8 is a non-nat 20.
Nice.
9 is a 23, and 10 is a natural 20.
Yes. So give me just one other name other than Fernando, Chikitika, and Meryl.
We'll go with Bjorn.
Bjorn. So Bjorn,
Right.
Fernando. I always want to say Chikitika because that's what it sounds like. And Meryl, they're the ones who hit. So roll the damage.
Oh my goodness.
Meryl gets the natural 20.
Okay, I'm just going to do the non-Merrills
Course.
together because who
Maths.
has time?
Fun maths.
So they do 1d12 plus 3 each. So that's 3d12 plus 9. There we go.
Or 5d12 plus
Oh, a 5d12 plus
12.
12? Okay. No, don't change my dice. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go D&D Beyond. No, that cancelled it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. Well, that did do it. Okay. Come on, settle.
Is that Valka talking to the answer? Just settle.
Just get on with it, Jake. God. Okay, so that's in total 45 on damage plus 12. So that's 57, and that is including Meryl's double.
Ray.
So the 3 kind of slash into this creature. The others who are not actually attacking at the moment, they're enjoying the warmth. They like this. They like the feeling of the bubbles. They've never experienced this before. They're vibing. However, Meryl, having none of it, she kind of brushes past all of them and goes with the sort of crack down the center of the jacuzzi. There is certainly a crack made by her weapon, kind of that's gone down the center. The water still stays where it is, though.
Find the crack, Meryl. Sorry.
Nice. Classy.
Please mind the crack between the jacuzzi and the barbarian.
Good.
Valka, anything else on your go that you'd like to do?
I think I'm probably going down at the end of this turn, so I'm not gonna bother Hexblade's cursing. She's just gonna stand there looking exhausted.
Do you want to drink a potion?
It is a bonus action, isn't it?
Mhm.
Then I will drink a potion.
You drink a potion, you feel very tired, 3 points of exhaustion, but you get all of your rages back, you get all your health back.
Amazing. That is my turn. Oh, but I've got to do a saving throw, haven't I?
Correct.
Right. hang on.
Constitution?
Yes, please.
Let me long rest first, because otherwise it's going to get very upset with me. Yes, take that long rest. Good. Constitution, you say? Oh, that was these dice need to go away. Yeah, that's a 10.
Ouch. So that's 29 reduced to 14.
Thank you very
Because
much.
of raging, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Amazing.
All right.
Yeah, Valka, you feel tired, but you feel better. It's a very odd experience. Some of your barbarians are kind of like, hey, could we have one of those? About the bottle that you've just taken. They
No,
assume
you
it's some
don't
kind
want
of-
one, trust me.
But we must drink and be good and fight hard. And Meryl's just like, just you attack, all of you. Just remember to attack.
You tell him, Meryl.
she is telling them. We're going to move over to the platforms outside again, attacking the 2 hags. Let's see how well they do. This one's on Barbara. That was a natural 20. Barbara's going to take some damage, guys. Okay, 19. Not too bad. And the second against Celine hits. Celine is zapped. 24. Oh, Celine. She's going to roll a dexterity saving throw for the whiskey, because that is the most important thing in this fight, lest we forget. The whiskey has been dropped. Sorry, the brandy has been dropped. It's a sad day. They both ignore the damage from the lightning that they've taken to both sort of scream, no, as it falls to the ground. Barbara is visibly upset. We're going to move over to Demi. Demi, what's going on?
All right. How, if I fell down the stairs,
Yeah.
would I be able to get to Joe with my 15 feet of movement?
No. Joe's kind of moved quite a way away from the
But
base of the
towards
stairs.
me? No. Okay. How far away from me is Joe?
Joe, from you right now, well, Joe from the bottom of the stairs is about 50 foot because he moved a substantial way away. From you right now is about 80 foot.
Sean, will you be horrified with me if I force feed you your potion? I will dimension door.
Amazing.
To Joe. Uncork his bottle and pour it down.
Okay. Joe, your eyes open to Demi, who's kind of, what does your face look like, Debbie?
Just like looming over you, like, don't chew, just swallow, don't chew it.
Yeah, it tastes vile. And you've tasted some bad things in the Shadowfell. This is worse. Yeah, there's something stuck in your throat that you're not sure what it is, but you're amongst the living now, which is great.
And then I'm gonna just crawl on the floor 15 feet away.
I'm imagining
So
like
tired.
this potion, like the feeling of it hitting you is probably something like the first morning after you've come back from holiday. So it's like, I'm rested, but also I'm stressed because I've just done too much.
Yes, very that. And also something tastes weird and you don't know what it is. Did I eat yeah, anyway. Cool. Demi, does that end your go? Anything else you want to do other than crawl?
Action, bonus action, movement. I'm done.
We've got a lot of tired people. It's fine. Veracity, over to you.
So I was going to cast Mass Cure Wounds, but now I'm the only person who's nearly dying, and Veracity forgets to heal herself. So instead, Veracity is going to bend down, touch the floorboards, and send a blight towards the Kofkuziaks.
Nice.
So could you make a con save, please?
Of course I can. That is a 19.
You said you were going to roll low from now.
It was a low, but it's got a really good plus.
I'm disappointed.
Silvery barbs.
Oh, amazing.
Ah, Joe on the
wake
floor
up
just
and I'm
goes,
like,
no. Okay,
hang on.
better.
Wait, stop. It's a construct. It's a construct, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't do that.
You can't
Okay.
do it.
I do not do it.
Okay.
I didn't do it. That didn't happen.
But we read our spell and we're happy about it, so that's great. What would you like to do instead?
I sometimes read my spells. I think
It's so annoying when you're like, this is so good, and then you just read like the little fine print at the bottom, and you're just like, God damn it.
I'm gonna use my very last. Oh, let's go for it. We're about to be knocked unconscious, so let's do it. I'm going to use my very last 5th level spell slot and cast Burning Hands.
And that's
so
a cone, isn't it? From
it's
your
a
hands?
cone. I will move to wherever I need to be
Gotcha.
for a 15-foot cone to not
So-
light my friends on fire.
15 foot away from the creature, slightly to the right of Valka, kind of where she fell. That's where you positioned yourself.
Perfect.
Yep.
Can you make a dex save for me,
Of course.
please?
I rolled the wrong one. I'm sorry. That is in total 18.
Bother. DC's a
Again,
17.
a really good plus to the save. It was quite a low roll, but the save was great.
I'm assuming that if the blight didn't happen, then neither did my silvery barbs. Could I silvery barbs?
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
silvery
of course
barb.
you can. Okay, let's go again.
Roll low.
13.
Yes! Thank you! That fails, so it will do 7d6 of damage
Awesome.
plus another d8 because of Sparky.
Got you. Go for it.
And I ignore the resistance. I won't make you sit and watch me roll 7d8 because I'm kind like that. Oh, that's very average, so I don't like that. I'm going to
Okay.
ignore that and roll
Go for
again.
it. Roll again.
That,
I actually forgot that the creature has magic resistance, but that's fine. It's fine for this. Don't worry.
you sure I can?
Yeah, go for it. No, roll your dice.
Okay, I won't complain. That is 39 plus. Oh, it was just plus another d8. That is a 1. I don't like that. I'm going to roll it again. I can. That's another 8. So 39 plus 8 is 47 points of damage.
Got you.
And then. Sorry.
I was just going to be descriptive. You tell me.
Oh, no,
what's
be
going on.
descriptive. That's more important.
I was going to say this flame kind of emits from you in this 15-foot cone, wreaths the creature. The water boils even harder. What were we going to say?
Does anyone look like they need teleporting anywhere?
To a bed.
Demi looks very tired. You're not quite sure what that means. As does Joe, as does Taseli, but
as does Velka.
We're all Velka. Oh gosh.
I mean, I only have 10 hit points, and I'm within melee attack of it now. So I think Sparky is going to grab Veracity and teleport her 15 feet back, so she's at least 30 feet.
You'd be able
away.
to do that. No problem.
Could you teleport near to me, please, within 15-foot crawling distance?
So when I fall over, you can hit. Yes,
exactly.
yes, I will do that, please. Teleport toward in Demi's general direction.
Amazing. Veracity, at the end of your turn, there's a slam coming. There's a lot of targets in front of this creature right now that it can reach within 5 foot.
And they're all going, oh, no, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, we're going to be going for Fernando. I'm sorry, Fernando. It's your turn.
Okay. It's okay.
He's the best one.
Can Fernando make a dexterity saving throw for us, please?
Yes.
Not to be that person, but did the barbarians also get burned in the cone?
Oh.
Barbarians were after the cone.
But
Veracity's
shouldn't they be
cone,
like
yeah.
surrounding
No.
the creature?
Veracity moved to the right-hand side, which is where Valka fell from. They're not within that range.
Amazing.
They're all like curved around in a semicircle.
Yes.
It's not the end of that cone.
One of them has a tambourine, and you don't know where they got that from.
They're taking their skirts off. It's very strange.
That's an advantage, right? This because raging, right? Yeah.
I assume
good.
if they have that, then yes.
What am I doing? Con? No? What was it?
Dex, please.
Dex. That's a 19.
19's not what was needed. Poor Fernando. 40 points of force damage to Fernando.
Oh.
And if Fernando's still amongst us, Fernando is pushed 5 foot away.
All right. That's fine. Fernando cares not for 5 feet of movement.
As the jacuzzi slams on Fernando specifically, we move over to Joe. Joe, you're awake. You've got a bad taste in your mouth. It's weird. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to stand up, even though I realise that I'm half movement and then half again to stand up. So I've got something like 7.5 feet worth of movement there.
Listen, you can use that movement as much. You make good use of that movement. Make good use of it.
Survey the scene around me that has kind of, I mean, we've got barbarians have been summoned since I fell over. And
the entire group of Abbott are here. Yes.
So I'm slightly peeved, slightly confused by this all. I can see that the hags are fighting a couple of platforms outside as well.
Yep, these platforms are whizzing towards them, zapping them with magic.
Right. I gather up the shadows around me, and first thing I do with my bonus action is I'm going to summon Shadow, who launches out, turns from tiny shadow kitten to large shadow cat, and is going to stand near to the jacuzzi, because then the hot tub crime machine is going to have disadvantage on what I'm next going to call. I'm going to twin cast.
Love a
at
twin cast.
6th level.
Nice.
Innovation.
Ooh, tell us what innovation does.
The muscles in Joe's arms kind of tense up, and sinews of dark shadow energy kind of blossom and wrap themselves around the Kofkuziak and one of the platforms. Innovation. Is it the one I've got up? Yes. Target must make a dexterity saving throw. On a success, it doesn't do very much. But if it fails, then it takes, at 6th level, 5d8 necrotic damage. And until the spell ends, I can use my action on each of my turns to automatically deal another 5d8 necrotic damage to it.
So I rolled a natural 1 for the platform.
Yes.
I then rolled twice for the Kofkuziaks because it gets advantage on saves.
It gets advantage, but then Shadow's next to it, so it gets disadvantage.
Okay, so we'll go with the first.
I do have my reaction back, so I will silvery barbs it if it passes.
Which is 16.
My DC is 17.
So it fails.
Awesome. So 5d8 to both. Do you want me to roll separately or take the same for both?
You can do whatever you like.
I will roll twice.
Do it.
I like my odds. So the first one, platform, because you did that one first, takes 23 points of necrotic damage.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It encapsulates it. Like these shadows kind of wrap around it, and they stay there, don't they? Because of the
they stay there. It's just my two arms just pointing the two different directions are reaching out, and the Kofkuziak takes 28 points of necrotic damage. And previously mentioned, as long as I keep concentrating on it and I keep using my action to do it, I will automatically be doing the 5d8 to both. There's also something about me healing. Whenever it deals damage to a target, you can regain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage the target takes. Obviously, I'm full health right now, but for future ref.
Joe.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us what's going on and how this sort of damage would end a machine that is made out of a jacuzzi, a coffee grinder, and some rumbas?
I think literally he's had enough. He's gone down. He's now feeling tired for no good reason, even though he's also feeling really powerful. So he launches this sinewy black tendril, which kind of turns into, inspired by Veracity, these thorny, sorry, it was Tiseli did the thorns, these thorny vines. These shadows just wrap around the midriff of this creature, sink into its torso and just kind of wheedle its way all the way throughout its body. Like crumple it.
Amazing, yeah. It crumples, kind of crashing to the ground. The water at this point does kind of escape slightly, but it doesn't flood the entire place. It's just a very small puddle. The creature is no more. The platform is outside. However, as I guess, Joe, you're kind of like inhaling, exhaling from the exertion that's taken you. Time does pass. You can roll again on the damage, but what I will say is as another 12 seconds pass by, eventually that stop button causes the platform to plummet to the ground. And that's where we're going to take a break. See you in about 10 minutes for the second half of the finale. See you then.
I've spent my life studying the enigma of dragonkind. What drives them, where to find them, the power they command. I've watched them build and topple whole societies. And I've seen the truth behind their treacherous words. They can be cold and callous. Some are outright savage, while others are more calculated in their ruinous pursuits. No matter their motivations, whatever fuels their primal rage, it is my responsibility to protect the citizens of Faerun from these dragons. Tell me, Dragon Slayer, will you join us?
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, Check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum test.
We are also supported by Warriors of Waterdeep. Take your team of warriors on a quest spanning the Forgotten Realms, all on your mobile. Power up your teams with items, work with your guild to defeat hordes of enemies, and test your mettle in the arena. And to make all of that work, you need gems. As we frequently say, the hunt for gems is real. Pop !WOW gems into chat for a link to collect free gems and get yourself that nice sword you've been looking at, or revive your heroes against a deadly foe. Download link !Warriors of Waterdeep in chat.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. you know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
And we are back. Yes, last half, what happened? We were fighting against the Kof-Kuziaks, jacuzzi, coffee bean, floor waxer, rumba special. It has just been ended by Joe. Demi has pressed the button, which has caused the shutdown to finally come to pass. The hotel has stopped moving. The hotel has stopped burning down the entire resort. Sadly, Pickle Palace has been destroyed.
Ethel's going to be so disappointed.
Right? I mean, she has a chain. I'm sure there's plenty others that she can still generate income from. But yes, you all find yourselves stood around a very broken copper jacuzzi. There are coffee beans all over the floor in a puddle. Celine and Barbara, having lost their precious whiskey decanter, are very upset, but they begin to sort of drift back in through the window as the fly spell wears off.
Can I crawl over to Veracity? And how bad are you looking, Veracity?
Approximately, plucking numbers out of thin air.
Yeah.
About an eighth of my health. A ninth of my health.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds at 6th level.
Oh, thank you. I'm so poorly.
How much health is that, Demi?
24, you get back.
I'll take it.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh no, Demi!
It's at disadvantage, not that it's going to matter. That is a 13.
13, not what you needed. You take 12 points away from your max HP.
Oh no.
As in your mind you hear, we have spoken about this before. Why do you defy me?
Well, how are you still ill, Veracity?
Oh, I'm still less than half.
We're going again.
No, I can do it. If Veracity has seen Demi look worse after healing her.
It's like death is coming back to
Too late, I've rolled it. Did it.
I can heal myself.
36 that time.
You know what to do, Demi.
I like this.
Yeah, that's a 11.
You take half of 36, which is a number 18.
18.
Max off your HP.
Demi, why? I had a fall. Oh, thank you. I'm looking very healthy now.
Demi-
Please don't do it again.
Demi is withering before you, Rusty. Like a mushroom that has been left in the sun too long.
Demi, you don't look very well.
It's fine. I'm just really tired.
Okay.
Team, can we have someone to... Oh, dear. Can some of you go and give Demi a little bit of a hand?
You just tell us what you need, Valka. Like, we'll go and we'll go and help.
Can you just, give her a little chairlift wherever he wants to go?
Yeah, totally. And they're going to make their way over to Demi. Demi, you're approached by Meryl and Bjorn. Meryl and Bjorn rock on up to you. Oh, hey, Demi. So, Valka says that you want, lifting up. We can do that. We can totally do that. And they begin to, cross their arms in, a chair seat formation for you to sit on.
Where are we going, Valka?
I don't know, love, but I don't want you crawling all over the floor. Maybe we can find you a bed to lie down in. Maybe there's still one in town.
The sofa is still there if you wish to lounge upon the sofa.
What are we doing now? We fixed it, yeah? We can go elsewhere.
Cecily will lie down just to be with the group.
We still need to get rid of Mr. Crash's contract. That's still there, I think, unless you did that upstairs. And then we should probably talk to Barbara and Celine.
Barbara and Celine are currently inspecting each other for the various, fag end kind of holes that are in their garments from the lightning that was hitting them. Oh, Celine, you look terrible. And Celine is looking at Barbara's hair, which there's not much of it left, and not saying anything. Do I look okay, Celine? She nods. Celine, Barbara does not look okay.
Right. They're not doing anything useful. Demi, I'm assuming you didn't manage to find the contract before.
I burnt one of them. I mean, I could if Rusty and I could go upstairs and Rusty could just burn all of them.
You look really tired. I'm suddenly feeling quite full of beans. Why don't you sit down and I'll just torch things?
Barbara turns around to all of you. That was one way of solving it, I suppose, but my pickle palace is gone and the guests are certainly not very happy. The monarchs will not be pleased.
What happened to your pickle palace?
It appears that fiery laser beams were cast out from the restaurant as the hotel awoke, and they just started, look, and you look out and you see the big gouges through the earth that do go all the way through the pickle palace.
Do you think maybe you're just feeling the consequences of your own actions? Like maybe not being very nice to someone that you've locked downstairs has come around to bite you in the arse?
Are you telling me it was Mr. Crasher that caused this to happen?
No, it was you that
me?
Caused this to happen.
I did nothing of the sort. Mr. Crasher signed a contract to say that he'll be happy to work for us for an unspecified amount of time.
Yes, but then he stopped being happy to work for you and you kept him anyway, which means all of this is your fault. And I'm very sorry for your Pickle Palace loss, but maybe this is a good chance to reflect on not forcing people to sign indefinite contracts and keeping them places against their will.
How do you like your indefinite contract?
You touched a nerve, Demi. The face tilts. You see her visibly twitch. We certainly don't seem to be getting very well with our contract because, not many people are having a good time, and that's really all we wish for. As for the other contracts, there are many, and they were all signed prior to our agreement with the monarchs. So, what happened. We've got Barry the Satyr, who wanted the love of another.
Barry's contract is burned to ashes now.
Oh. Well, we've still got Cardana the Leonin, who wanted a pile of gold, and her happiness was forfeit, of course. Ulrich the Pixie wanted power and respect, but can never be loved truly. Havana the Weaselkin wanted luck, but has no talent or skill, so can't really do much with that.
Do you think the Fey Monarchs would be super pleased with all of this?
This happened before our contract with them, you see.
Yeah, but then you signed a contract.
To say that we would no longer be causing people misery.
Is that the exact wording?
Well, there are some certain stipulations. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're not feeling very happy because of all of your previous contracts. I would say I'm quite cross, actually.
Would you, my dear fellow, would you?
Valka, what do you think?
Valka has already just gone and started. I mean, she's exhausted to the power of 3, but has started like just climbing the stairs. Just like, hold on.
Veracity will like scamper in between your legs and go, sit down.
Well, it's not a very good place to sit here.
Then go back downstairs. There's room on the sofa. Stop it. Sit down.
I'm not using Meryl at the moment. She can probably carry you.
I could totally do that if that is what you wanted, but we would have to get like authorization from Valka first. Hey, Valka.
You know what? I was just going to get all of the contracts and just bring them all down here so we can all just have a look at all of them.
I'll do that. And I won't set fire to anything until you say it's okay. Probably.
Amazing.
You're going to look at Barbara and Celine and be like, you heard her.
We did her. At least let us keep Horstatia the elf.
Well,
it's
we'll
very
have
dear
to see.
It was our first contract. You must let us keep Horstatia.
That means it should be the one that we destroy first because she's been under your spell for so long.
Veracity will
what to do with that.
grab them.
Yeah.
All.
Cool.
And bring them downstairs in a pile.
There's a good set. You do find the ones that they've mentioned. In addition, there was a farmer called Saldero who wished for great harvest, but his crops were always poisonous. You're able to get all of those, including Horstatia the elf that they mentioned earlier. She wished for talent, but on the stipulation that on her 27th birthday, she would be hunted by blink dogs.
I mean, blink dogs are kind of cute, so maybe not the end of the world.
You lay them all out on the table.
Do I find Mr. Crashers and Barbara and Celine's?
Barbara and Celine's contract is not there. They do not have a copy. You do see Mr. Crashers there. And it does, everything that they have said and everything that he has said is on that contract.
Well, I have probably burned that one.
Or we could perhaps leave them. I mean, I would prefer my way of doing things. That would bring me enjoyment.
People? Do you want the rest of the park to be enjoying themselves or not?
I'd like to think that at this point, all of your barbarians have like kind of riled up against you. Like, yeah, totally. No, you listen to Valka. She seems completely intimidated by this entire situation.
I have a suggestion. It might not be a good one. I think firstly we should burn all of these contracts because I think we're all agreed they're just bad. So I think that bit's non-negotiable. You can't argue with it.
Negotiable. Yes, negotiable. I know that one. Don't you know that one, Celine? Yeah.
But then I think maybe looking at the others for, to check they're okay with it, I think maybe we could help each other. We quite want to see the Fey Monarchs and you could introduce us. But if you did us such a kind and generous favor, we could probably help and explain to them that that contract that they made you sign is actually making people more unhappy and is ruining lots of things. We're very persuasive between us. Tiseli can do so many magical things, you just believe everything he says.
So you wish us to maintain our power and wealth and not have to be nice to people?
Not especially, no.
We want you to be nice to people because that's what you want.
That's what we want based on our contract. We have to be nice to people, otherwise our power and wealth disappears.
So that means that if you wouldn't be binded or bound for this contract, you will be doing bad things.
It's an optional choice, but if we don't have to do good things, then
No, that's not how we work. Like,
no.
I look around, like, you see, like, people like us fight against injustice and bad things, which means that all this help that we provided to you could just flip over and start haunting you. Is that what you want?
Celine, come here. We need to have a little discussion. Celine. And they take a little moment to have a conversation between themselves.
While they're having a conversation, should we huddle as well?
As long as I don't have to move, I'm fine with it.
We'll huddle around the sofa.
Yes, around the sofa.
Definitely not moving much myself.
Like all of you are just sort of like leaning against the sofa and just like listening in. Yeah.
look, just obviously we don't want them to turn around and be doing bad things, but at the same time, are we not being a little bit, two-faced if we're like, oh, these contracts are bad, and these ones that force you to be good, those are good?
Because they're not good, are they? They're making everything worse and everyone miserable, and everyone should have a choice, even if we get them out of their contract and then they choose to do bad things, then we can set them on fire. But them sort of being trapped doesn't seem very kind, even if they're bad people.
They're just not great at it.
They could be. There were some really lovely bits about this resort. When they tried and they applied themselves and they worked with Mr. Crasher rather than locking him up. Some of the things that they have here are very nice, and I'm sure people were having a good time sometimes.
Definitely pro burning all contracts with the threatening of violence should you make the bad choices.
I'm thinking that I need to go see the Fey Monarchs as well, so I'm on board with this plan.
I would really like a plan that means we get to see the Fey Monarchs. I don't want to be selfish, and if we can't, that's okay, but I would really, really, really like to talk to them.
I'd say D&D, I would really like a plan. That is just D&D, the essence.
Is the phone that they use to contact the Shard network here?
Make an investigation check, Demi. It's going to be a disadvantage because you're tired.
Yeah.
I just stop looking around.
Emma plays the smart ones.
Okay, it's not a bad start. Okay. It's 19 on the dice. Let me just add the guidance.
Yes.
21.
21. So the phone is currently on Barbara's person, but with that investigation check, just glancing around the room, you see the drinks cabinet, right? The drinks cabinet is a globe, and the top half flips up like a Pac-Man, right? But then the bottom half... What?
It's a great image.
It's such a great description.
The bottom half opens out and then cantilevers like a makeup box, or I guess a toolbox.
Yeah.
Or a Pac-Man. To reveal lots and lots and lots of shards. It's been knocked by Selena. She walked past to get the brandy, and all of this is kind of unfurled. Now, there's different tiers here. There's a lower tier, and the ones in the lower tier look quite dull. I'm going to say it takes Demi a little moment to kind of get up off the sofa and kind of like you've just done a massive run and your legs feel like jelly.
Well, I'll dimension door over to it. I'm not. Used all my high level spell slots, but I'm walking.
I was gonna say, can't you teleport when you cast spells anyway?
Yeah, but only 15 feet. How far away is it?
From you, about 40 foot. You could do a little cute cantrip.
I'll dimension door. No, it has to be a leveled spell. I'll dimension door over there.
So when you get there, you kind of rest on the wall because Jesus, there are about 30 or so shards in here. They're all different materials, all different sizes, and some of them are labeled. And in the drab section, the lowest section, there's that section. The next section above it is more elaborate, holds more pretty shards, and a top section which holds a single golden shard.
All right, can I pick that up and speak to the voice in my head and go on then? Is this it?
You can do. Just before you do, I'm just going to tell you what you see in the shards, because there are certain things that would take your attention with that investigation. The drab shard, most of them aren't labelled. The shards are very dull, but there's one very specific with mushrooms growing out of it, and there's a label, which is AOD. Those are the initials on it. The second tier, more grand than the first, has a mossy shard about 30 centimetre long, covered in frog spawn, labelled the Swampolid. Another shard, black crystal wrapped in red velvet, has a crack all the way down the centre of it. It's labelled Trostalona / Lady Babington, then in brackets deceased. There's another made of white porcelain, cracked and crazed, labelled Drustilda. It's a shard completely orange, orange as the autumn forest. It has antlers growing out the top of it. Lord of the Hunt. There are plenty of others, all of them ancient artifacts, but none are quite as intriguing as the one at the very top.
I'm going to take 3.
Okay.
I'm going to take take the one at the top, I'm going to take Drusilda's, and I'm going to take the Angel of Death.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to try and figure out how I use the top one to actually speak to someone.
Are you being visible with this?
Oh, yeah. Like, leaning on the floor like, oh, God, it hurts.
Oh, yeah,
Like you're picking them up and your arm's just failing you with your strength. You just want to put it back down again.
In that case, as you pick them up... Sorry, Nat, were you about to say something?
I was just going to say, as soon as Demi has dimension doored over, like, I think Annifried and Benny are like, oh, we can help you. And it's going to go... They're just kind of stood there in case. Like,
You have barbarians, all of you, that can help assist your movement if you wish.
All being carried by barbarians doing that.
big, lovely hugs.
Yeah,
And,
like
and
fireman's
chalice.
lift, that sort of thing. Yeah. So Demi, are you staying where you are? Are you going back to the sofa? Where are we situating ourselves?
Is Veracity moving, Rebecca?
I think as she sees the Drusilda shard, she suddenly, because she's been going, oh, we defeated the thing, and yeah. And then Drusilda reminds her, she goes, hang on, wait. I had a dream, and the kind of dream that I think might be real, where Drusilda said that I was here because she wanted me to be here. And I sort of did and said things before that were what she wanted, and then let her do bad things. And what if doing exactly this is exactly what she wants?
Doing what exactly? Like,
I don't know, but I don't know why she'd have brought us here for I'm assuming for some bad thing, but we've stopped a bad thing. So maybe there's some like evil plan that we don't know about where actually we're helping her all along. And if we talk to the Fey Monarchs, maybe everything gets worse. I don't know.
I could talk to her first.
Don't do that.
I kind of want to.
Maybe okay. I should. I don't know what I would say. I feel like if someone's good to talk to it, maybe it should be someone clever.
I don't want
to.
Is there any indication of... Oh, sorry, Sean.
Presumably you don't have to do all this now. I mean, I don't know about you, but I want another nap.
I also want a nap. I'll just pocket them for now. In fact, I'm just gonna take a random assortment.
Yeah.
May Teseli help? I remember you were last time we met. You were looking for
shards of porcelain.
Right. So maybe I can help you to figure out how to use them, or maybe we can just ask the hags.
I feel like we don't want them to know that we've taken them. Although,
did someone say something? I'm sorry. We were in our own little world. Why are you approaching my shard network container?
Can I borrow your telephone?
Yes, of course you can. I've got anything for you. Yes, anything.
Is there like a slot in the bottom where you slot the shard in? Is it like a SIM card?
Make an Arcana check, please. And I'm going to say to Sally if you wish to help with this Arcana check, because you just...
because of I think Bardic Inspiration is more useful now.
Okay.
It would make it a flat roll.
No, Bardic is a D8.
Yes, but Demi currently is rolling at disadvantage because
we're all at disadvantage. Should I just roll once? You can give inspiration as well as helping. It's her action and bonus action.
Oh yeah, you have all my tools at your disposition.
Okay. That actually went really well. 27, 28, 37.
Amazing.
With guidance as well.
Nice. You know that by holding the shard itself is different to the telecommunication device that Barbara has. The telecommunication device that Barbara has is a shard, yes, but that's like a low-range shard. It can only access within a certain range.
Shard.
Yeah. The others can travel across the planes. And holding it in your hand, you think of the name of who's on the label and it lights up. And I'm going to say you can put these things on speaker if you wish. We'll say that's a thing that does happen. Who are you calling first?
I'm going to start with the Angel of Death because then I can figure out what's going on with someone who's probably not going to murder me.
Okay, cool.
Not imminently murder me, just long, slow over time murder me.
There's a little jingle. I will say you've all heard this.
Bing bong, go on. Bing bong.
Bing bong, bing bong. And then a little bit of a hold. You are accessing the Shard Network. Transferring through to Angel of Death. Yes, speaking.
Right. I really don't want to talk to you, actually. I'm just checking that this works.
Then why are you calling me?
I just said that.
Are you trying to sell me something?
Yes.
I haven't much gold to go on. I'm currently paying off a substantial amount of moisturizer.
What would it take to release someone from a contract?
Why do you ask?
No reason.
Then why do you ask?
Yeah, okay, that was fair.
You would have to contact the original contract holder or the Fey Monarchs.
All right, you've been very helpful, thank you.
Nice to speak to you, Demi. Always stay in touch. How are you feeling?
Terrible, but you already knew that. Does it help if I die?
No, I like you. When I found you, Do you know what happened? When I found you?
No.
I beheld you and I picked you up and I buried you in the earth and I watched as my fungus grew through your eyes.
Great.
I tended to you as if you were one of my own, and I watched as you returned to life, sustained by me. Life and health can only come from death. There is no other way.
Well, there's about to be more death if we don't see a change in this contract.
I don't wish to see you leave. I just wish you to give help to those on the cusp, not those who are conscious.
Our definition of that is different. On the cusp.
Make a persuasion check for me.
At disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh boy. Uh, 13.
I'm just gonna roll insight.
I should have used my divination natural 20. Saving it.
We will have to speak later. Maybe in person.
You know where I'll be?
It's been so long since we've seen each other.
That's intentional.
How are you doing? Have you maintained good hygiene?
I'm gonna hang up.
Okay.
Bad.
That was a
and
valid
then in
question,
your mind, Demi, you just said that was very rude.
Go on then, do your worst. It can't be worse than what we've already done.
Yes, the Angel of Death is not tempted by that. The Angel of Death, you get the impression they might be trying to let you stew over what's happened, and it's a battle of wills at this point.
I'm going to contact the... Isilda first or the Fey Monarchs?
Isilda.
Isilda first?
Yes.
I'm scared.
I'm going to contact Isilda.
Okay. You are using the Shard Network, transferring you through to Drusilda. You know when there's the automated voice? It's that. Bing, 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 bing. Who is contacting me?
My name is Demi.
Mm.
I'm contacting you on behalf of someone else, actually.
Who might that be?
I think you already know.
I have many eyes everywhere, and many who I watch. Tell me, interesting tiefling, who specifically wants my attention?
I do.
And?
Just me?
What questions have you for me? I have a very busy schedule.
I'm sure you do. Contracts, things that are worth more to you than other things.
Yes?
What would be worth more to you than other things?
Worth is a very interesting subject. Worth means many things. A contract has no preference over another contract. The contract itself means everything.
Interesting. Does the contract extend into death?
Depends on the contract.
You know the one I'm asking about.
I think there are two specifically that I know about.
I'm more concerned with one of them.
Valka's just like pointing at Veracity.
I didn't sign a contract. It's not a contract. It's not me.
The contracts do not need signature. They need acceptance, and two have been accepted. But the one I think you refer to, I've been enjoying toying with. Why do you ask about this one?
It's important to me.
The small one has friends. Who would have thought? What do you need from me? What do you want to know?
Would you swap one contract for another?
There is another tiefling that interests me greatly. Are they listening?
Not the tiefling I was referring to.
She's referring specifically to Tiseli.
Yeah, I know.
The question mark in Teseli's face.
That is off the table.
Well, I can't. I enjoy both of my contracts. I cannot end them. I've given the suggestion once at least to the small one who wanted it ended. The Fey Monarchs are the only way. But if it happens that I am without a vessel or disciple, I'm very intrigued by the other tiefling.
I shall warn him. Hang up.
He's already warned, he can hear it because it's on loudspeaker.
She doesn't know that. Well, unless she's literally watching right now.
Mm-hmm.
What does she mean by a disciple?
Like someone who follows her, usually.
That you?
Not intentionally.
No, but I don't know why she's talking about contracts. I didn't agree to anything. She cursed me.
Yes.
The contract is a curse is a contract of forms. It's the lingo.
I didn't like her saying I agreed to it. She's mean. That's a lie. I didn't.
And with mine, I didn't technically. I suppose she said it didn't need to be a piece of paper that was signed, because I definitely didn't either. I just took the axes.
It's acceptance. That's
kind of property law, contract law. Like you took the goods.
It?
Yeah.
Rusty, the curse was upon you, and you've come to the acceptance of this is my lot now. Like that's the acceptance she's talking about.
Evil. We didn't find out why she wants us here, did we? Why would she bring us to where we can talk?
Please call her back.
Well, she did say she was busy, so maybe we can just irritate her. I will call her back.
Do you want me? I get scared of good people offering sort of sacrifices for me. I can talk to her if you want, in case I'm worried, Demi. You've already made yourself really deathy to get me healthy. I'm a bit worried about what you might do.
That's part of my negotiations with someone else.
Okay.
Not that I didn't want you to be healed, but it's part of the chain.
Okay.
Does it come back?
Not so far.
Like never? Oh.
Demi will find a way. It's Demi.
You are very clever.
I'm gonna call her back.
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about the other tiefling, which I think is referring to me.
She was
and if we like to talk, to have a conversation with this creature, I just rather not to go fully aggressive, or like I don't want to burn that bridge, if that makes sense. Just.
Yes, you do. You do not want any bridges with her. She's evil. She will ruin your life. Look, there are 3 people here whose lives she has ruined. Why are you like, oh, that's a bridge I could walk over? No, it's bad.
I just want to hear everything just before making a decision.
Just gonna hand it to Silly.
Okay. Okay. So the dial rings. You are being connected to Drusilda, and you get through. Didn't take long to convince you, did it?
I'm really curious. I think if you've been following me, you know that I always try to find what's behind stuff, how things work, why things happen like they happened. So I don't have the pleasure to meet you. So my name is Tesele. Nice to meet you.
Tell me, intriguing Tesele, what do you desire the most?
I want answers. I would say retribution. And I want my happy ending.
Do you want it handed on a plate, or do you want to find it for yourself?
No, I mean, everything I have, I worked for it. I've been tricked, yeah. I've been a little bit naive at times. But I don't expect anything to come for free.
Very wise. We will talk later. I cannot help but think that people are listening.
And that it's fine, because they are people that cares. So just for you to know, I'm not alone, and neither they are.
You're actually on speaker. Can I just check in? Why exactly did you want Veracity to be here?
Veracity is the intriguing one. Veracity cares so much about so many.
I'm here. You can talk to me instead of about me.
Hello, Veracity. It's been a long time. You care deeply about the ones who are close to you. Sometimes you forget to care about yourself. I knew that if I showed you my newest disciple and her new axes, and how she had just fallen into my service, surrendered to me.
I wouldn't word it like that. It was a cruel trick.
That your heart would break knowing that truth. That moment will stay for me. The moment you realized, that moment will stay for me for a very long time. I wanted you to see that I am everywhere, that you cannot run or linger or escape my gaze. Your misery and pain has sustained me. I hope we speak again.
Wait. If you like making me sad, then why not do it a bit more?
Veracity.
What are you asking?
You heard Valka. You tricked her. She's stupid. She's easily tricked. She didn't know what she was doing and her heart's not in it.
Now hang on then.
Why don't you rip up her contract and I'll have it. And that way I'm yours to play with.
Veracity. I do not consent to this.
Don't care.
Well, I do.
That's the key. Consent is everything. When it's against me, of course. If my vessel does not consent for their power to be transferred to you, then I cannot accept.
But she's a person. She's called Valka, and she didn't really consent to have your power in the first place. You tricked her. You're not stupid.
That was
Sorry,
a good
Valka.
day. That was a good day. Anything else?
You didn't make me sad.
Nice. Do you want to do a little persuasion check for me there?
Yep.
Because you were a little bit sad. You were a little bit sad.
Oh, for sure. It's probably... I don't know if it's persuasion or deception.
Deception, maybe.
There's
you
a
make
point,
that choice.
There's a point. It's the same modifier. There's a point she's building up to. But, yeah. That is a 16.
16. Of course. So brave. So bold.
I still have people. And they love me. and I love them, and they come with me, and every time you make me run away from them, I find new people. You still lose.
And you win every time, surely, having to leave over and over and over again.
If I hadn't left, I wouldn't have found Demi and Tiseli and Joe.
And how long will they stay around once you disappear?
Veracity has no answer to that.
Okay. Rebecca, is there anything else you need to glean from Drusilda in this moment?
I think Rebecca has some ideas, but Veracity doesn't, so no.
Okay, cool. Well, the offer still sort of stands. If you really are sick of me, please contact the Monarchs, see what they say.
Can I insight check that?
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, of course. Let's go for 2.
Exhaustion is the worst.
27.
Oh my god, amazing. All right, Veracity.
13, not terrible.
13, okay. 2 things. Demi, you would maybe not get the second thing I'm about to say. So 2 things. Drusilda is way more cocky and confident than she has ever been. She believes what she says. And the threat of it purely is coming from the arrogance of it all. It possibly isn't quite as threatening as it sounds. Second, the porcelain shards that you have seen in the past have been quite clear. This one is crazed, perhaps indicative of Drusilda's mental state. So Veracity, you'd get that second point. Demi, you wouldn't.
Okay.
Is that everything?
For now.
When are you most busy over the next 3 days?
Why do you ask?
I have my reasons.
Well, I can't answer you if I don't know what those reasons are, can I?
Why would I give you my reasons?
Because you've asked me a question.
I'm just going to call her every hour on the
God,
hour
amazing.
for the next 3 days, just to irritate her.
Why can't you? What? Brrr, the phone goes dead. Amazing. Okay. Cool.
I'm going to hold up the last one. Should we? Do you want to? Rusty? Volker?
Did you feel that when she was talking, that she's not quite right?
Don't know about not quite right, but she's very overconfident.
I was worried.
Usually is when people make mistakes.
I was worried that she wanted us to contact the Fey Monarchs because she has a plan, but it sounds like she just thinks she's great, and it sounds like she's not quite all pieced together. So maybe if we play our cards right and we're all our most convincing. Also, Valkyrie, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to make it sound like she didn't want you. I think you're incredibly clever and wonderful.
I know, love. I just don't want you putting yourself in any more in her wrath than you already are.
Well, you hurt her. She picked on you just to hurt me, so you seem like a good trade. But hopefully, yes, if she's up herself and a bit not quite all there, then maybe this will work. Maybe.
Do you think anyone else wants from the Fey Monarchs while we're having the conversation?
I've been in the Feywild for a while. I just want to point out that the Monarchs are not like totally good, so they're still Fey creatures, which means they are mischievous and they act on a whim. So let's not think this like they're gonna solve our problems or give us information for free just because, oh yeah, this was wrong. Maybe they're enjoying just watching from behind. So yeah, let's watch out.
So who are we calling?
Fey Monarchs.
Fey Monarchs.
Sorry, Liz, it's not the Swamp Lid.
They've all got one phone that they share.
Okay, yes.
Big red shard on the panic shard.
The automated message kicks in. Good afternoon. You're about to make an outgoing call from the Shard network. Please hold the Shard while you are connected. Thank you. Bing, 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 bing. Has anyone in real life ever contacted their local borough council?
Yes.
It takes a lot. You are put on hold for a long time. That is happening now.
I have the persistence. I keep saying 1, 3, yes. Did you say no? No, I said yes.
Yeah. So you're on hold. The whole jingle is playing over and over again. If anyone does want to take a short rest in this time, you may. I know that doesn't do much for exhaustion, but the offer's there if you need to.
Yes.
What are Barbara and Celine doing during this time?
They are rifling through the drinks cabinet to try and find something else that is not brandy. They are trying to get the jacuzzi back to where it was. They're trying to clean what they can see. Knowing that the entire place is in uproar, they are going through their entire penthouse, cleaning that first.
While we're on hold, should I burn the contracts now so that the Fey Monarchs can't tell us not to?
Yeah.
Hey,
I was thinking about that. Like, shall we better propose to revise the contract? Maybe someone is happy with the contract, but I think the important point here is giving the option to get out of the scheme.
A get out clause.
So maybe we just scribble on them all, like, as soon as someone wants to leave this contract, they may.
So what we're going to say, this is your contract, this is the good stuff, this is the bad stuff. If you don't want the bad stuff, we'll give you these claws instead. That sounds worse.
Please tick this box.
Does it count if you add something to a contract after it's been signed? Will that change the magic?
as long as they initial it.
But we can't find them all to initial them.
Well, as long as the hags initial it, they're the ones enacting the contract.
Did someone say something about contracts? I'm sorry.
You have a choice. You can either initial everything that Demi says we should write on the contract, or I'll burn them all. What would you like?
Okay, my primary goal right now is to get as inebriated as I can.
Great.
So I'll sign anything. If you can provide me with some alcohol, yes, great. That'd be great.
I'm sure we can find some alcohol.
Good.
Barbarians, get on that.
Totally, we're gonna find so much alcohol.
I take my bottomless, huge margarita glass and just.
Oh my God!
It's not brandy, but you can take some of it.
I do enjoy these glass. They just keep filling up, don't they?
I will have it back, but you can have it for now.
Do you want to make a contract about this glass? Because I really do like it quite a lot. You're bringing me a lot of joy.
Maybe Sally can say, yes, you can have that glass as long as you agree to initial the extra bits we put on the other contracts.
Sally, is this your wish?
I really like my glass. But I guess I can get another one.
Kick to Sally.
Oh, make an attack roll from just an unarmed attack.
But it's like,
oh no.
It's with disadvantage because you're naked.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not going to get worse than a 2, is it? No. So that's only a 10 to hit to Sally.
Oh, you kind of just
stagger.
Yeah. You all look drunk.
I feel bad now about burning Barry's contract. What if he was really happily in love with his person and now I've ruined it all?
However, one contract that we know needs to be destroyed is our friend who is downstairs. I mean, he explicitly said he don't want to be there.
We should do that one sooner rather than later and maybe get him up here. He seemed a clever sort. Maybe he could help us out with some things.
Maybe he can help with the whole reparation of the site.
Maybe if we burn the contract and then you can send one of the barbarians.
Yeah.
Just tell me where I need to go, Valka. Just say the word. I'll be going. What's going on, folks? Are we burning contracts? Are we changing them? What's the plan?
Yeah, Veracity's idea was great. We're gonna rewrite onto all the
Sally's,
contracts.
not mine. I don't take credit for that.
Let's burn this one.
Yeah.
And hold it up for Veracity to
I aim carefully so as not to ignite the pile of contracts.
Amazing. Sally's a tiefling. He has resistance. We're fine. Oh, but you ignore it. Okay, ignore what I said.
Start writing new clauses into all these contracts for them to initial.
While
we're on hold, it's probably going to take about the same length of time.
It's going to be about an hour on hold.
Surprising. Coincidentally.
Oh no. Well, we need to get burning that contract quick because the barbarians are going to run out soon.
Okay. I will, unless you want to roll for it, Veracity, I will assume that the contract is burned.
I'll see. I don't roll a 1, but
sure.
I don't roll a 1. Everything's fine.
Cool. Sally, you watch as the cinders kind of reach your fingertips as you just drop it. It all falls to ash. Barbarians, who are we sending down to find Mr. Crash?
We're going to send Agnetha and Elaine.
So Agnetha and Elaine rock up to you, Valka. Oh, hey, Valka, what do you need us to do? Like, where do you need us to go?
Right, so you're going to go down the shafts there. And now, there were platforms, but now there aren't, so you might need to do a bit of a shimmy.
We can, like, fly. We can just, like, float.
Can you?
Yeah,
How have you been able to fly?
Well, you know, we just sort of, like, we are physical, but when we're not in combat, we can just sort of, like, glide.
Down the shaft. Oh, you're shimmering.
How did I never know this? This would have been great. Anyway, you're going down those lift shafts. And then down the shaft, shimmy down the shaft, and you're going to go across the plaza, find the theatre that's not a theatre.
Why are you blushing, Valka? You're blushing for some reason, and we don't know what it is.
Oh, you're so innocent. Right, you're going to go find the theatre that's not a theatre, actually. It's actually a warehouse, and in there is a secret passage that will go down to where there is a small man, and he's got a big shock of white hair, and he responds to the name Mr. Crasher.
Totally, we're gonna go find Mr. Crasher.
Bring him back here
up
as
the
quickly
shaft.
as you can. Up the shaft. Take Mr. Crasher up the shaft.
So, okay, let's just hope that the spell doesn't wear off as they are climbing up. It's fine. Cool. All right, we're gonna say a bit of time passes. Anybody else want to do anything while this is going on? Cool. Eventually, a jingle plays and says, "You are being connected. For planar gate and infinite road maintenance, think 1. For maintenance of the tree and woods and the autumn forest, think 2. For disposal of unwanted magical items, think 3. For restoration of memories lost by Feywild travel, think 4. For all other inquiries and to be connected to members of the monarchy, please hold the shard."
Nobody think anything. Elephants. 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 Elephants.
There's a bit of a thing. There's a click as some connection happens. "The monarchs are listening. Please state your business." And then there's a cold, slightly rasping voice, not quite as creepy as the Angel of Death, that says, "You are speaking to the Night Queen, child."
Hello. Nice to talk to you. My name is Demi. I have a number of other people with me who can hear you. Cecily, Natalie's character's name I can't remember. Valka,
Hello.
Veracity.
Hello, I'm Natalie. I'm listening.
and Joe. We're trying to resolve a contract issue.
I will let you know that you are also on speaker. There's a measured, impartial voice that comes through. "Hello, you are speaking to the Summer Queen. You're speaking to quite a few of us, really. It is rare that we gather together, and yet more rare that we gather for, well, people like you."
Well, we're very
Contract.
appreciative.
A contract, you say?
3 contracts, actually.
More of a curse in one situation.
1 curse, 2 contracts. Yeah.
We do have methods whereby we can remove curses, strip patrons, reduce effects of contracts. I'm sure you've heard already about the memory loss. We can arrange for memories to be restored.
I've got 1 memory loss issue as well, yeah.
Well, it seems like you're through to... This person does not sound like... The Summer Queen does not sound like she can believe what she's saying. Seems like you're through to the right people. So, tell me, contracts.
I'm on hook to the Angel of Death, who is currently trying to kill me.
A very nice mushroom, yeah.
Uh-huh. Veracity is in hook to Gisilda, who is also trying to destroy her life. Valka has a pact with Gisilda, and honestly, I'm not quite sure whether Valka still wants it or not. And I've got someone called Mr. Crasher who's lost all his memories. I'm not sure about Sally and Joe. They might be able to tell you if they've got things they want you to resolve.
I'm not going to bother the Fey Court. I'm just going to hunt the sod down.
Who is this sod of which we speak?
Oh, a little gnome called Caper. He's going to deal with my back of my... I've got to give it to him.
You hear a creak.
He gave Joe's funny eyebrows.
You hear a creak as the Summer Queen's clearly kind of going over in a chair and kind of whispering to someone, but you hear, "We have a mortal who's been spite-gnomed." And then you hear like the rasping chuckle of the Queen of Death. The Queen of Night. So, We have a couple of things that we can do. Demi, your patron. They have looked after you, haven't they?
I would disagree with that personally.
Tell us how you came about him.
I was dead. I did not come about him, he came about me.
Did you wish for death?
Does anyone wish for death?
You did not wish for death, and yet...
The real question should be, did I wish for re-life?
So when re-life happened, you were saddened by this?
That I couldn't
You have
go
a
home.
grievance?
I don't have a life, I have a binding. If I had a life, I could go home, I could see my partner, I could heal people who are not dying.
Balance must be maintained. If we remove your connection to the Angel of Death, any power you gained from them would disappear. They would have to search for another.
Could they commune with the person to find out if they wanted it?
That could be written in.
Yes.
That is what you wish.
Currently, yes.
Okay. Your confirmation is all we need to reverse the Angel of Death's powers.
Still be alive.
Yes, do you state that specifically you'd like to remain alive?
That feels counter to my argument.
Just to confirm, the Angel of Death did provide you with life. Do you wish to maintain that life? Without the powers received?
Sure, that's the thing. Preferably with all of my health.
Seems adequate compensation for, being put through the ringer.
It is done. Demi, do you feel the life fade from you for a moment? You feel like you felt when death greeted you, but then life comes back to you. Now, we can discuss this as a mechanic later if you want. You can maintain your level 11, or you can get rid of your cleric powers and go back to the level wizard that you
I
were
will
before.
have a think.
Cool. Anything else I can sort out for you?
I think it's Veracity's turn.
Hello, I'm Veracity.
Veracity. Tell us. We're listening.
I was very rude to Drusilda the Jam Maker, but only because she was trying to kill my friend. And she cursed me so I can never go home, and it's not been very fun, and I'd like to have that stop, please.
Drusilda acted out of maliciousness, not out of balance. We maintain the balance of things. The curse can be lifted, but with a stipulation. When the time comes, you will answer our call, or death will find you. Something stirs in the future, but divination cannot specify what. An answer for what it is today could be complete mist the following day. Will you answer the call?
Will you call me to hurt innocent people?
Innocence is an interesting concept. It is hard to say.
Will you hurt me? Will you call me to hurt good people, people who've done nothing wrong?
We will call you in an event of extreme emergency. The end will justify the means.
Oh, no, only bad people say that.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Sure, it can't be wisdom.
Well, sure, wisdom. Yeah, you're wise.
That is a +5, 17.
17. The whole theme of this is balance. They have already stated that maliciousness is not something that they agree with.
That's true.
But they can't say what the thing is because they literally don't know.
Valka, I think this sounds good, but I could just be being selfish. What do you think? Can I say yes? I can't hear you.
Oh.
The shard has taken you away.
Hello.
There you are.
Okay.
If you could speak up so we could all hear. You are on speaker.
Sorry.
I need to remind you of this.
You can talk telepathically if you need to. That's still in effect.
I'm also going to make an insight check on them,
Sure.
I guess. Disadvantage, though. So that is 12.
They seem to be reasonable. They don't seem to be immediately threatening.
I think it sounds fair, love. As much as we've encountered people who are tricksy from the Feywild, it's still, a nice place, and there's nice people here. And if they were in trouble, I'd want to know that someone as wonderful as you was trying to help protect them.
Yeah. And it's not like if they call, I have to do it with no choice. I can always just choose to not, and then they kill me, which is still a choice.
In a way, yes.
I just don't want to not have choices. Yeah. Yes, please. I would like to not. I want to go home. I want to go home.
Drusilda will not be happy, but she shouldn't have started this in the first place.
Is she going to hurt more of my friend?
We hope not.
Can you stop her?
Not without a deal or a contract.
Maybe I can.
What sort of contract have you? By the way, Veracity, you do feel something lifting from your chest.
Amazing.
You did say yes, right? You have agreed to this.
I did.
Wisps away.
Well, Veracity, Demi, didn't you say something about you think that maybe she's a bit unsettled, or there's something not quite right?
She's not right.
When we started learning about Drusilda and Rack and Ruin, we were told that she was a conservator. Goodness me, that's the word.
You did well, says the Night Queen.
Thank you. Right, and that sounds like it should be a good thing, right? That's about looking after things and protecting people and keeping things nice. Now, if she has started trying to be actively horrible, I know you were a bit rude to her, so she could be quite offended by that, but it does seem to have gone above and beyond what is necessary. Now, maybe, I don't know, but maybe if something's not quite right with her, then maybe what she needs is people on her side, but not in a I'm going to do what you say kind of way, in a hello love, it's all right, why don't you tell me what's upsetting you and we'll try and work on it together in a way that's not going to be killing lots of people or making people unhappy for the sake of it. Am I making any sense, or am I just waffling at this point?
That makes sense.
She needs a friend. A sort of constructive friend.
You are a very good constructive friend.
The conservator has lost her way. She does not maintain the balance. She goes after her own malicious intent.
Do we know when or why this might have started happening?
The curse that started this has been broken.
Oh. You mean Veracity's curse?
Why did I start? I didn't mean to.
They're unsure of what the answer specifically to that question is. But they do say that her balance is shifted and she seems to be rebelling.
Okay. Well, maybe... do you think there's a way that I might be able to help? I made a deal with her. I didn't realise I was making a deal with her. She played a bit of a cruel trick on me. That being said, I'm not entirely sure why, but she has given me power that has been useful. And it's helped me protect people, which is what I was after, to be honest. Now, if she only gave that to me to hurt Veracity, then that's a terrible thing. But I have also used it to help Veracity. So I'm in a bit of a muddle about it. But if we think that she should be doing nicer things and did used to be doing nicer things, then maybe, do you think there's anything I can be doing to help with that?
I do not think that you could sway her mind. She is very concentrated. I also would caution you specifically, one who has been given power by her. She could make you turn on your friends very easily.
Oh.
Have you not considered this?
No, I hadn't. In fact, I don't quite know the extent to what she's given me, to be honest, and what it all means.
The power that you wield could easily help you and hinder you, just on her whim.
Right. Do you know why this has happened? Pointing at the now tuft, because Demi cut off most of it.
I cannot see where you're pointing.
Oh, right. Well, as humans go, I'm not a spring chicken, and my hair was grey and white. But when I've been fighting, some of it has turned brown again.
It seems her vengeance is striking slowly. Do you have a family that you care for? Do you have friends that you care for?
Well, yes.
When they grow old and you grow young, what happens when they die?
Oh. I don't know. I hadn't thought of that.
If the aging process has been reversed, then you will be losing your years. The ones you care for will keep on aging, and you will watch them as they grow old.
Oh, gosh. Right.
Valka?
Yes.
I might be being stupid, but if there's no chance of helping Drusilda, and you keeping her powers is going to hurt you and people, but you don't want to go back to not having powers to protect people, you're talking to some powerful, balanced people who said they need help doing things.
And if not, then we've got a whole drawer of other people we could contact.
Think that might be possible to the shard.
You wish to have your patron stripped?
Is that what it's called?
I think replaced would be a better word.
Aye,
Right.
just in case there's some, finickety in the thing and she just winds up naked. That's not where we want.
Oh, no.
So you wish to still have a patron, but swapped with... Who would you want to swap with?
Well, I don't know. Someone I could work with. Someone who is more aligned with what I'm about.
Do you wish for balance? Do you wish for nature to be maintained? Do you wish for power but healing? What is your wish?
Well, I've not been very good at healing historically, but protection is always good. I mean, I'll be honest, the axes work very well. It's just the concerning fact that it's Drusilda, and if she could use it against me, that's a problem. So yes, someone who I'm quite happy to be sent little tasks to go and do and help out with, but as long as it's sort of for the greater good.
Greater good.
The greater good. That last greater good, that solidifies who your next patron is going to be in their mind. Do you want to know who it is?
If they tell her, then yes.
Drusilda will be revoked from patronage of you.
Okay.
Replaced instead by the Swampalid. Is this your wish?
I've no idea who that is.
Trumpet is a dragon toad, primarily focused on balance. You will maintain your powers, perhaps also get some healing benefits as well.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I'd love to meet them.
The luck has it they are close. You would be able to do that. They reside within a silt pond, very close to your current location. The details of which will be seared into your brain in 5, 4, 3, 2. Valka, in your mind, you get literal coordinates in your brain.
Just gonna telepathically to Joe. I'm not sure if the counter there was helpful or just more alarming.
Okay. Thank you. I will go and meet them, I suppose.
Balance must be maintained, however. Drusilda will find another vessel.
Right.
So who that will be, we know not. But
I have an idea about that one.
I also have to ask for this, that you answer the call when called upon.
If you're going to be calling Veracity, then I'd like to be there as well anyway.
Death will find you otherwise, but if answered, we shall look forward to this day.
Yes. You didn't need to do the death bit.
I did.
Yes.
Liz forgot.
Terms and conditions. You've got to go through it. It's like scrolling through and then accept.
Yeah. Is there anything else that we can assist with?
Could you just
today?
return the memories of Mr. Crasher? He's somewhere on his way. In a tunnel, perhaps?
With some barbarians.
We need to know the full name, original name of this person.
Oh, it'd be on the contract. Who destroyed the contract? Did you look at it first?
History check.
Go for history check.
Guidance, anyone?
I can't.
Oh shit!
I helped. I was setting fire to it. Could I have also been
Let's say help. Yeah, Veracity can help. So roll again to Sally.
Stop naming other people. That Marcus, was it Cletus?
Jeffrey. No?
21.
21. Gatecrasher was the original name of Mr. Crasher. Just Gatecrasher.
The Gatecrasher.
The memory removed by Celine and Barbara will be restored. How are they? Are they doing all right?
A little drunk.
That sounds correct.
They're quite upset.
We need them to maintain their contract with us. Perhaps after we've done so much for you, you could persuade them to keep making people happy.
They are struggling with it a bit. Is there a way you could help them a bit? We agree that maybe them making people sad is not a good thing, but they're going about making people happy in a very strange way.
Make a persuasion check, please.
Do you have any kind of training courses you can send them on?
Roll natural 20, Rebecca.
Oh, amazing.
I rolled a natural 20.
I take it back.
No, I didn't roll. I did not roll. That is me saying.
I got you. We will send them on sensitivity training. In addition, we will restore the resort to its former glory, and the mechanical aspects will be repaired and ensured to work correctly.
Maybe just something about, customer experience is not at the expense of staff experience.
That will be singed into all of the contracts with non-robotic stuff. That will be ensured and maintained.
You could hire Joe as your sensitivity consultant.
What?
He enjoys a holiday.
Yeah, he needs a new job. I wanted to stay here.
Job.
He did want to stay here for a while and experience all that there is to experience. He could tell them whether it was working or not.
Then maybe he wouldn't need to sign an employment contract.
Oh, maybe we can ask Joe if he wants to.
I mean, I wasn't planning on shooting off anytime soon. Still haven't been to that mud bath spa.
It's true. I will say, Joe, if you wish to stay, you do not have to sign a contract, but you may stay and be QA for the new system that's in place.
I'll do some quality assurance.
With that, I think the Fey Monarchs have given you all the time that they can. They
I will say before you go that you've been absolutely wonderful. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful. You're really nice.
May, you just one more thing, please. Just before, it's really short. There is a latrine that it's been hurt by me, but I'm trying to solve that issue. But when the time comes, I wish your blessing upon your children to marry him.
You do not need our blessing for this, but you may have it anyway. You can marry whoever you wish to Sally. But if you wish for not a boon, but some kind of present from us, I suppose we could rustle up something. And that will happen when the time comes.
Incredible.
And with that, the shard is placed down unless anyone has any quick last requests. At this point, Mr. Crusher has turned up. Should I say Gatecrusher has turned up? He has all of his memories restored. I will say that all of the barbarians at this point do wisp away. There is a lot that I remember. It's all coming back to me.
It was so long ago, but it's all coming back to you now.
Correct. I
think, Barbara, Celine, I think you've got some things you need to say to Mr. Crusher. I
would prefer to just keep on drinking.
Tell him that the sun and moon lies in his eyes. Reach out to him.
She reaches out to him. Mr. Crusher, or should I say Great Crusher, we are terribly sorry. Terribly sorry, aren't we, Celine? Celine kind of meekly nods. We formally apologize on behalf of the resort and ourselves. We would very much appreciate if you would like to stay. That would be very nice. But understand completely if you might wish to leave. We understand that your key was taken from you, and there's no way we can bring that back. And we know as gatecrashers, that's how you tend to get around. But we can offer you a ticket on a Misty Steps barge should you wish to leave. And Mr. Crusher kind of has a think and then exclaims quite loudly, You must be very, very careful. There's a woman called Lady Babington. She has taken over the Gloomwrought, and she took my key. She took my key from me, and possibly many others.
Breaking news. She is deceased. A couple of friends and I solved that issue. Your keys are safe in pretty big hands, but they are safe. I believe a friend of mine that goes by Hunk has them.
Where can I find him?
They are in the material plane. We used to hang out in was it Waterdeep? In Waterdeep, but I can guarantee that they are still there. I have means to communicate with them if you want me to find out exactly where they are.
Wait, I've waited a very long time, but I can wait a little longer to find out the precise location. But he kisses both of your cheeks to Sally at this news, and he says, there was also another gatecrusher in the Feywild. He went by the name of Gatecrusher, really, but he called himself Jack, and he also was stranded. Perhaps I could describe him to you, and you could maybe send a message to him instead, telling him that there is a way to get the keys back.
Sally makes faces.
Or I could go and find him. I suppose I can go anywhere, really.
May I come with you?
My boy, you can come with me anywhere. Yes, of course.
That would be... Yes, please.
Right, good. Well, I will get packing if I can remember where I put my things. It's coming back to me, and he takes a little moment to remember what is happening. Amazing. So, who still has Mrs. Chigglesby's boot? I just need to know. Was it Veracity? I'm going to say that upon all of this, the resort is magically coming back to its former glory. The Fey Monarchs apparently acting quite swiftly here, restoring all the buildings. You can tell me how you react to the pedestals that go down, the platforms, but they are working again. You are welcome to use them if you wish. I'm going to say, Joe, you do receive a sending spell during this time. It is one of your colleagues from the Cavaston mercenary group. A Shadakai, a shadow elf, a warrior called Glordax, who is also a wizard. It comes to you as you're descending. Stuff is getting weird in the Shadowfell. New domains are being sliced into reality. Hate to drag you away from your holiday, but we need all the help we can. You can reply to that message if you wish. What I will say, Joe, is Feywild time is different to Shadowfell time.
He's
So
saying,
you could wangle both of the things that you want to do.
all right, that's a shitter. I'll finish me pint. And I'll waste the rest.
Amazing. Cool. You arrive down. There is time that can pass. You don't have to be exhausted anymore. If you do want to go to sleep, you do have the time. But eventually, the Misty Steps barge will come back into the muddy pier. And standing in his tight white uniform with his coiffed mane and his adorable necktie is Roger, the cabin lead, and also Zumlin, the gorgeous, softly spoken, long-haired waiter. Roger has got the vocal enhancer in hand, raises it to his mouth, and amplified. You all, no matter where you are, would hear. Bing bong. This is your cabin crew speaking. We would like to inform you that the Misty Steps travel barge will be setting off imminently. Please bring yourselves and your luggage to the muddy pier within the next 10 minutes when we will begin embarking. First stop is the Autumn Woods, moving swiftly onto the Astral Sea. From there, we will be making various stops throughout the material plane and onwards to the Shadowfell. A reminder to those who still wish for a real getaway, there are still some limited spots available for a tour of the recently established pocket dimension town of which is currently undergoing some substantial remodeling. This has been your cabin crew speaking. Bing bong! What are we doing, folks? Who's staying, who's going? What's the plan? Where are we going to?
I like to think we've had time to actually go and have another karaoke sesh before leaving.
100%. You got the barbarians out again. Yes.
Yeah. You're allowing me 3 barbarians in 1 week, Liz, just for the purpose of the karaoke. Very kind.
Feywild time moves differently. Mm-hmm. That's how we're justifying that.
There was definitely a rendition of Murkendraw to the tune of Murkendraw.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if I have anything else specific other than just giving Veracity a big squeeze and saying, we did it! How are you feeling?
I want to go home.
Yes.
Where is home for you?
Yeah, tell us where home is.
Elturel?
I'm going to Waterdeep.
Been that far north before?
I mean, Valka, you didn't know, you just saw Viorica vanish, right?
He was... I'm sorry, Lou, we've not had a chance to chat about this. Yes, there was a group of them and they were taken away.
Because I got a message from him and I don't know if it was really him or if it was Drusilda being evil, but there's a chance. Do you want to go home and you can see we can spend time with our families and 355 at Elturel, and then do you want to go see if we can find Viorica?
Oh. It never occurred to me that he would be okay. They said that it was... I suppose if we've learned anything, it's that all sorts can happen, and death isn't necessarily the end of things.
He spoke to me, and it could have been Drusilda, but Drusilda spoke to me like you and you were alive. There's a chance.
If you'd like, I can scry on your friend while we're on the barge.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you think that he might be. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Is that rude? Will he know?
No.
Viorica loves being observed. I think he'd be fine.
Usually, if it's in a situation where someone wouldn't want to be observed, it's like a little sort of blurry screen, so you can't see exactly what they're doing.
It's just a do not disturb sign on the screen.
Just a gentle cut to a fireplace. Sorry, carry on.
I mean, Liz, there is something possibly stupid that Veracity wants to do before we get on the barge that will influence then this conversation she has with Valka.
Sure.
At some point, Demi, it's up to you whether Veracity just takes it or whether she has to ask, but she would like to get Drusilda's shard.
I've got all of them, so you're welcome to.
Could I have this? I promise not to offer myself in servitude again. Okay.
Do you want me to stay here?
No, I'm going to go on my own, I think. She lashes out at people next to me, so... I'm going to try and make it better.
Why not just leave it alone?
Because she's angry, and last time she was angry at me, she hurt Valka. We need to have a conversation.
Just a point of Valka, your axes have changed in visual appearance. Your hair has also gone back to its normal colour. Your axes seem to have like a mossy coating on the leather, on the pommels of them. They also have weird little pictures of toads on them, little frogs.
I've definitely made note in my little book of plants about the moss.
Nice. You can collect it as well, similar to Joe's eyebrows, which are still growing. You can collect that moss and put it into the book if you wish.
Very good.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll take the shard and find a quiet, probably back up in Veracity and Valka's room, assuming Valka is down with the karaoke. And then she will just concentrate very hard on Drusilda.
You are being put through to Drusilda. The jingle happens. You go to the effort of getting rid of me, yet you cannot stay away. Why?
Because we've never actually had a proper conversation, and I thought we probably should make a couple of things very, very clear.
I'm listening.
Good. That's a first. I'm not yours. You lost. But I want you to know that I don't hate you, and I don't want to come after you and, ruin your life because you ruined mine. What I really do is pity you, because I think you must have a very sad life, and that's sad, and I am really sorry. I'm just really sorry.
You don't have to pity me.
Okay, but I do.
Okay.
And I'm happy to leave it as this, that we are separate. We had a fun time, and now we're going our separate ways, and you can go and be a little bit angry and sad, and I'm going to go home and be quite happy, and we never have to interact again. I'm happy with that, and I will leave that there. But I want you to know that if you come after me, or my friends, or my family, or anyone I love, I am going to make every deal under the sun until I am so powerful, and I will come and find you, and I will kill you. Do you understand me?
I look forward to that day. And the phone is hung up on you.
I'll take it.
Speaking of rooms, Joe, I'm going to assume that you're staying at the resort as folks get onto the barge. You can leave at any point. I mean,
yeah, Joe's worked out the time difference and is like, I've got a couple of days before they start to really miss me.
Yeah. Tiselu, are you heading off with Mr. Crusher through the Feywild?
Yeah.
To see Jack? Okay. That will take a substantial amount of time, so we won't be able to talk about the date unless you want me to fast travel there.
Just a little bit of retrospective actions, just with Demi and the other two.
Sure.
So while Valka and Veracity are having this conversation, I would like just to interrupt a little bit. Like, Veracity, I know size doesn't matter, but have you ever wanted to squeeze Valka very, very, very hard?
I do squeeze Valka very, very, very hard.
Oh, she does.
I demonstrate.
She's got a very firm grip.
If you allow me, can I enlarge Veracity to the size of Valka?
Amazing.
Can I, Veracity's signature, she leaps and she wraps her legs around your waist.
Of course you can. Valka, this is your choice. Do you want to make a dexterity saving throw to move out the way, or do you want to make a strength saving throw to catch?
No, sorry, the other way around. Veracity is now big. Oh. Can she pick up Valka?
Oh, I see. Yes, Valka, do you accept?
Yes.
Got you. You don't have to make a check for this, Veracity. This is easy enough. You're big. Yes. How long does that last, Sally?
Just 1 minute. Okay. It was a pleasure to meet you. Hope to see you soon. Who knows? And yeah, you take care of yourselves.
You too, Taselli. I'm glad that we've got to know each other a little bit. I wish that we'd had time to get to know you more, but you're just one of the most wonderful, sparkly people I've ever met. And you just pinch your cheek. You just keep sparkling, sunshine.
Please, can we come to your wedding?
We'll be sending the reserved dates, but I have other business to do first.
Just make sure you got a good cake.
Yes.
I mean, the dress is sorted, fortunately. Taselli already has the dress on.
Then I will go with Demi. I will be. It was really nice to see you again. Like last time we parted our ways, I mean, you died, and I went into some troubles. So let's hope this time we part our ways. We have a little bit more luck.
This time better, yeah. Next time you're in Waterdeep looking on me.
I will probably do. I mean, we can go on a double date or something.
Fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
You take care of yourself, and I will be pleased to see you again.
Good luck finding what it is you're looking for.
Thank you. And finally, I think with Joe, it would be just like, Joe, like, what about the maps? I'm always curious about the maps. So one day, I hope I will find a nice book of collection of maps. Oh no, but you're going to stay in the Feywild, right?
For the time being, aye.
Oh yeah, I might see you soon. I mean, after all my adventures, I probably will come back for a nice day off in the spa.
I'm sure I'll be holidaying here quite a lot in future.
And I will just shake hands and leave.
Adorable. Taselli, you vanish with Mr. Crasher, aka Gatecrasher, off to find another Gatecrasher by the name of Jack. Veracity, Valka, Demi, you board the Misty Steps travel barge. Joe.
Giving Joe a very big hug.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Feel free to have your farewells if you wish.
Whether he wants it or not, he's getting a giant hug.
Is he also getting a giant hug from Veracity?
I think I shrunk again, but Shadow gets a lot of scritches.
Yeah, he definitely hugs back, and Shadow crawls over onto your shoulder and nudges your face as well.
Adorable.
If you ever need a hand, Joe, let me know. I'm going to be looking for some new work.
Certainly keep you in mind.
Oh, be careful when you go to have a massage as well. I know they're supposed to have fixed those robots, but I don't know what Mrs. Avery was made from, because the one that hit me with a massage attack was, oh, gosh, it was strong.
Please relax.
Yes. That's sort just like in the background, just everyone's just like,
There's one robot that did not get fixed.
Well, I understand that my new position here is going to be a certain spot of testing, so, better that it's me than, cheering in public.
Make sure you try all the creams as well. Every pickle.
Every pickle will have a little nibble out of the top. Hey, it's good. Hey.
Yes, I'm sure that's fine.
Certified.
And Joe, you, after a long day nibbling pickles, as the barge is leaving, you get to your room and you see an envelope on your bed.
Away. I will open the envelope.
It's written in a really kind of neat, beautiful hand, and it reads, "Dearest Joe, thank you for my brilliant holiday. You really made it very special for me. All the best, your friend Caper." You then lose all the effects that Caper has bestowed upon you. And the camera watches as the Misty Steps barge sails off into the pink sunset. Yes, Demi?
One more thing, and I'd prefer if we left this without an answer. As we're sailing away, I'm going to get the shard for the Angel of Death, which I have on me. I'm going to look at it and connect, obviously, all the connecting things. So how do you feel about a more equal partnership? No, I don't want you to answer.
I know, I was just doing the creepy little run. So yes, you are vanishing into the sunset. The camera is then going to cut to a very well-dressed gnome. His hair is greased back and he's wearing a pinstripe suit. Caper the Spite Gnome has got this briefcase open in front of him. Within you see bottles and vials of moss grower, tow grower, foliage emboldeners, a small aerosol labelled sand. He shuts the briefcase, shuts the clasps, and then promptly vanishes into thin air, leaving nothing but the Feywild moats, lightly drifting into the swamp. And that's where we're going to stop this campaign.
Yay!
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us and being part of this awesome finale that was tonight's show. If you enjoyed tonight, thank you for watching. The next Monday show will be Anarchy in the Astral Sea, DM by M. Anything fun and chaotic to tell us, Em?
I have no idea where we are, but I'm sure we're having a fantastic time.
Every episode is equally as chaotic, so you know what you're going to be watching when you do, and that will be 6 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Pacific. We aren't going to be playing every Tuesday, this group, because we've finished, we've done our finale, but there will be a new show instead of us. Tom Jansis. Is it Jansis or Jansis?
Jansis.
I'm going Jansis. It sounds more fancy. If you're on Twitch chat and you have a preference, please tell us.
Tom can correct us next week.
Tom Jansis will be DMing for the first time with Crash and Burn, a new 4-part show all about the mysterious Gatecrashers.
Mysterious, never heard of them before.
Never. We look forward to the Gatecrasher saga. I'm excited. That will also be 6 p.m. UK, 10 a.m. Pacific. Same time Friday, we have Talk Together, our chat show where we interview our players, DMs, and other other TTRPG industry voices. I've already said you're going to see Nat, Rebecca, Tom Jansis, Chris, sometimes Emma. Someone's going to be interviewing someone, so please tune in. All of our shows are streamed.
This week it should be.
It's us.
Chris interviewing us.
Oh, it's going to be us. Tune in to see us on Friday. All of our shows are twitched. Jeez. All of our shows are streamed at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There are also podcast versions of all of our shows. You know what to search for. I'm not saying it again. Massive thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. There will be a link in chat now. Do join us. Every penny helps us make the content that we do, and it's so awesome that you're all here. The fans, they set up a wiki for us. They've also sorted out a Discord. We're on there. Have a look. There'll be codes in chat to join. There's Dice Head merch on Amazon as well. There's new stuff added recently. Was it Sorcerer most recent?
Bard
as well, yes. Big thanks again to our sponsors, Hero Forge, Ultra Pro, Elderwood Academy, and our supporters, D&D Beyond, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, Warriors of Waterdeep, Level Up Dice, Alchemy, and Neverwinter. Don't forget, we are all over social media as Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.